household, but whenever we want to pop out and go somewhere, okay, that's where my money come in. That's still contributing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, as long as y'all work together, shit. Like, how I grew up, I always saw my father pay all the bills.
But some women, I mean, some men don't want that because they deem that as, okay, you trying to be, again, like you said, masculine. And it's like, no, I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help you. But at the same time, I'm not gonna let nobody lead me into a ditch. Like if that's I'm trying to get across. I'm not gonna let a man lead me into a ditch. If I have a better solution to whatever it is that we're trying to get done, if you don't listen, now you're taking on the masculine role. You're not being submissive because you just want to talk back or you just want to. No, I just think that your plan is not fitting to whatever it is that we're trying to get done. So I have a better solution. So, you know.
Absolutely. I agree with that. It's a partnership.
I agree.
And then not all the time that the man has to be the leader, but two people can't lead. I mean, even visually, somebody is like, you got to agree to something. Somebody proposes an idea and says, let's do it this way. And you let them take the lead and not, I mean, I was married, I'm a widow. And so not all the time was he, we would have a partnership. I mean, we equally had to work because we just couldn't raise a family just off of one income. We didn't have it like that. And so not all the time I was coming home cooking. We equally took on different roles, and sometimes he led in certain aspects, such as in protection and security and that type of role. And I let him because he was physically capable and able to do that. And yet there was finance where he wasn't good in it. And so I would, and you hear
take
about
the lead
this,
on it.
Yes. And so it's just common sense, you're not going to have somebody that is the banker, cashing out money in Monopoly, the person that plays the banker is always the cheat, but in Monopoly. So you got to take leadership is, in partnership, it goes both ways. It's
right.
But we can't have two people that are being a leader. I don't believe.
I think that this is a perfect time to. I think this is a perfect time to mention that it, like, saying leadership, like people, I don't know if this is like an online thing, right? Like I really don't know because I've never heard it offline, in my real life. But I do think that the amount of people that are obsessed with saying the word leadership and submission, it dilutes the conversation, right? Because essentially you just described a partnership.
Right.
You just contradicted yourself. That's just what a partnership is. It's not like it's about cooperating, and that Jannard got to mute up. It's about cooperating. It's not about he leads here and I lead. Like that's not really what it looks like. But I do think that overall, if you look at if you want to talk about leadership in a relationship and what it looks like. What it looks like is who does the majority of the emotional labor in the relationship? Who is the one that's sacrificing the most? Who is the one that's always, looking out for the other person? Who is the one that is always addressing the issues that need to be addressed and taking the temperature of the relationship and then fixing it and then, figuring out new ways of growing and all of that stuff. Like if you wanted to call somebody a leader, I would say that that's the person that's leading the relationship, right? So I'm not understanding how saying a man leads in protect. I don't even know what it looks like to lead in protection. I don't really understand that phrase, but like whatever that means, I wouldn't deem that man a leader. You know what I'm saying? Like he's not leading the relationship. He can lead it to the only thing that person can do. It only takes one person to destroy a relationship. It don't take two people to destroy a relationship. I know a lot of people like to say it takes two. It don't. It only takes one person. It only takes one action from one person. You could have a perfect relationship.
That's correct.
For 15 years, do one thing and the relationship is ruined just like that. So it don't go both ways. And if that's the case, then my question to anybody up here would be, Who is most likely to do that in a relationship?
Okay, so traditionally speaking, are masculine women not built for marriage, or are men just too fragile to handle them? And that can kind of go both ways. So traditionally speaking, the standard of a wife was already set before everybody having a perception or everybody been, had their own concepts. The standard of a wife was already set. That's an identity of a woman. Now you have a lot of women who didn't court themselves or even vet themselves to, differentiate men or even, just be who they are wholeheartedly. They project another woman's lifestyle. They project another woman's identity. So a lot of these women aren't wives. So they get with certain men expecting these men to kind of, dilute their leadership and accept their bare minimum. Now, I get it. I get the narrative, but whatever. It's a standard. You don't meet the standards. This is what it is, bro.
No, I definitely do think that maybe I get what you're saying, FMF, but I do think that that's just not the woman for you. Like, everybody is.
No.
What, okay. Let me just explain so you can further understand what I'm saying.
FMF.
But
hold on, Faith. FMF, please. Don't hold it till the man and respond. Whoever open their mic first, please. I just need you. Just please. All right, go ahead, Miss Faith.
all I'm trying to say is there's different calibers of women. There's different calibers of men. There's all different types of personalities, characteristics. And just because that person is the one for you, I don't think that negates like the fact that, oh, they might not be a wife or they might not be wifey material, maybe for you, but they might be a wifey material for somebody else. They might be husband material for somebody else. So that's just what yeah. Can you hear me?
But when we speaking of marriage was already here before everybody else had these, independent platforms and protesters. That was already set. And we all had to meet certain standards of a certain identity as far as husband, father, wife, mother. We all had to reach those standards. Now you can have a lot of people who failed in their character. They have character flaws, and all you can do is convince somebody to accept your bare minimum. And that's where the emotions come in at. For instance, let's say a man built his whole life up and, he's separated from society. He detached from all of these social norms and social constructs to build himself up into a wholesome man. He wholeheartedly who he is. Now he enter in today's dating pool. He gets with a woman of today. Now, a lot of women portray facades of a modest woman. And you don't really know a woman until 3 months or 6 months in the relationship or in the dating or whatever. So she got trust issues. She got insecurity. Incorporate that into the marriage. And whether you're input, it's like you're saying that a man can't tell you no. A man can't say, hey, you're not wifey material for me. And it ain't because of anything else. It's just because you're not standard as a wife. All you're going to do is just convince them to accept your bare minimum. And I feel like personally, a lot of masculine women accept the femininity in men. They accept the softness in men. They actually condone it, if you ask me.
I actually agree. A lot of times we do. And a lot of these men out here, unfortunately, are in a feminine era, they're in a sassy era. They want to be the princesses so bad. And I think it's just in turn because a lot of these women are hyper masculine. They want a man, but say they don't need a man, and then talk to men like any type of way. So I definitely agree that the masculine women are dating and marrying more feminine men. And I think for those marriages, it actually might work.
So what makes these men feminine? Like,
being disrespectful is not being hyper. I'm confused. Like, what is the definition of being masculine for a woman? Because y'all saying disrespect is being masculine. I don't understand. That's just being disrespectful.
I mean, y'all talking in circles at this point. The feminine men that they're talking about, like, and this isn't on anyone's sexuality, but the feminine men that are actually feminine are the men that are truly femmes, like truly want to be a woman, truly are transitioning, or truly are like a bottom. Like, those are the feminine not
That
the
is
guys
not
that
what we
are straight,
talking
the
about.
hetero,
That's not-
sexual guys trying to actually get a wife. You can't really even put them in the same caliber if we're going to talk about the actual feminine and the actual masculine women. I mean, there's females that like females. Like some
You on
people
our
could say
subject.
that they're masculine. Those ones make more sense to be called.
I mean, are y'all? Yeah, I'm not understanding.
I
Hold
think
on,
he
hold
went
on,
off
hold on,
subject
hold on,
a
hold on
little
real
bit.
quick, y'all. Hold
I
on,
think he
hold on,
got
hold
the
on,
concept.
Hold on.
I'm sorry.
You all good. No, you all good.
I think he got the concept.
Y'all hear me?
Oh,
Y'all hear
yeah.
me? They said my mic was fucked up. So this is what I'm gonna say, please. I know why y'all are here. Please tap the screen. That's all I ask. I'm not the type of nigga to shut down the comments. But please, just tap the screen. That's all I'm asking. That's all I'm asking. Proceed. Who's the next person in line to speak?
I was trying to say something before Pub.
Go ahead, Janard.
I got Pub. No, I mean, I'm not understanding their definitions. It's like they're painting masculine and feminine towards gender roles, and I don't think that have anything to do with a man being feminine or a woman being masculine. Like the woman said down there, like if somebody being disrespectful, what does that have to do with masculine or feminine? Because we both have both. I mean, it's half and half. So I mean, I'm not understanding.
I think the reason why people are quick to say a woman is all right. So the same way men try to weaponize femininity to shame men and control men's behaviors, they do the same thing to women, right? So if a woman stands up for herself, she's being masculine as
Exactly.
as a way to shut her down. If a man is being sensitive and is being understanding and is being patient and not reacting like a man, right? Irrationally like a man, he's being feminine because we can't have rational men around here. He's feminine. If a man says something that's just based in logic, oh, you being feminine, oh, you pandering, like it's all a ploy just to manipulate men and women to dictate our behaviors because, and by the way, the party that is most likely to try to do that is men in both cases, no doubt about it. It is men trying to both control women's behaviors and men's behaviors because the one thing that a toxic man, which is just a normal man, I would like to say, the one thing that a toxic man cannot have is a man that is not toxic. Like there cannot be a non-toxic representation of a man in the same space as a toxic man. That because you will see that like night and day. Everybody see, they go, wait. So this is what masculinity looks like? Okay, I don't want any parts of it. Right?
Yeah, so that's what I'm not getting, Pub. So that's what I'm trying to figure out because the guy above me, you saying that if a man act like a woman and all of that, he still, bro, I don't give a damn if he act like a woman or not. He still is a man. Period. Yes, he is. Like, FMF, you know exactly what I'm saying.
Like, there's men that really want to be women out here, bro.
Brother, hold on, bro, listen, bro. So you telling me a man that dress up like a woman, you go play with him, he will beat you up, dog.
I'm not talking about that. What I'm talking about
but he's
is
still
the
a
men
man,
that
though.
want to transition and do their own thing. That don't got nothing to do with me. All right, let's get.
Bro.
I think when we talk about gender roles and all that stuff, I think that's kind of off of the subject of as far as you being
off of the subject. It's true.
GAY, as far as a woman, as far as the masculinity and the femininity, not necessarily saying he's feminine because he's a bottom or something. We talking about him being, as far as a feminine trait, as him being more like not a woman physically, but as far as have women traits. That's what I think. And the masculine part of the women is saying that men say, oh, this woman is masculine like because she's having the traits of how a man should be. That's what, like what YouTube, like he was saying that something of what he was saying. I think it is men who are putting the label on both, because if a man don't agree, if another man don't agree to what, like if the toxic man don't agree, I mean if the non-toxic man don't agree to the toxic man, now he like, oh man, you know whatever, you feminine acting, I ain't you. That's not how it is.
Makes a man toxic.
That's a manipulation tactic, though. But go ahead.
Right, but I'm saying it is the man that is putting the labels on both the woman and the man. Like who
let's be real, do it to women. We just seen it in real time.
What makes a man toxic?
When you can't accept somebody else's opinion about something. When everything is always centered around you and what you think only. When you can't hold a conversation.
Shouldn't that be self-centered instead of toxic? Should that just be self-centered?
Self-centered.
It's both. It's not either or.
Right, but it's all manipulative, self-centered. You can't even agree to disagree because you're self-centered. You're manipulative, so you try to gaslight someone into thinking that they're one way because of how you really are inside. That's kind of like what a toxic person does. They just manipulate the other person.
Yeah, I'm just trying to understand. Would that be gender? I got you, Pub. My bad. Well, I'm just trying to figure out if it's tone or gender. Because if we say masculine would be direct, assertive, or if we say feminine is empathetic and gentle, would you say that, or would that be tone?
Yes, I think that's what we're talking about as far as like.
That's not gender. That's tone. You see?
I think what's getting missed is that, again, we're talking about behaviors that are commonly exhibited by one gender or another, right? So when we talk about empathy, we know that when we think of empathy, we think of women. We think of nurturing, we think of women, right? When we think of me personally, when I think of violence, I think of men. When I think of somebody acting erratically or irrationally to anything,
you don't think women are violent?
See. In general, no, women aren't violent. Can women be
violent?
Bro.
It's bias. You have a bias.
You never hear about.
He just said in general. He didn't say that there were non-violent women.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on, y'all.
One back at a time.
They don't have to be physical and break us down, bro. They can just.
Essentially, you got to stop.
Bro, essential, bro. You cannot keep doing this shit every time you come on over talking people on the panel, bro. We can't be doing this shit.
I just want to finish what I'm saying. He gone now, right? So we good. So I just want to finish what I'm saying. Women are not violent as a group. Can women be violent? Yes. Meaning, is the vast majority of violence perpetuated by men or women? Overwhelmingly, it would be women. Number one. Number two, most men have or do actively participate in violence. So I would say men are violent, women aren't. Most women do not participate in violence. Most women have never participated in violence, believe it or not. But most men have and or do. So therefore, I can say that men are violent and women are not. So when I think of violence, I think of men, which is tied directly into erratic behaviors, because ain't nothing more erratic than acts of violence. That proves how little emotional stability men have, right? So if a man is quick to violence, or if violence is on the table for the vast majority of men, then that proves that men are actually not emotionally intelligent. These are things that I think of when I think of men. That's what I think of when I think of masculinity. I think of a man being upset and wanting to fight. Like online, it happens all the time. Oh, we disagree. You a punk. I'm gonna beat you up. I'll fight, like all that weird shit. I'm like, yeah, look, you can't even have a discussion. Men do. That's literally what masculinity is. Masculinity are traits that are commonly ascribed to men. So things that you can commonly find in men, right? You can look at it from two ways. You can look at masculinity like this. What we think men should act like, that's one way of looking at it, or how men actually act in general. I like to look at it like the latter. How do men actually act? When I think of masculinity, I think of men not listening, violence, irrationality, lack of education, men being impulsive, lacking morality, lacking integrity. Like that's what I think of when I think of men. I don't think of
why are you pandering to the feminists?
Hold on. Don't cut him off.
Nobody. Hold on. Essential. Hold on. Essential. I don't want to make this personal. Please don't make me get personal with you. Okay? Because I'm not attacking anybody personally. If you can attack my idea, then do so. But if you have to attack me personally, right? I'm giving you one shot. I always give y'all one shot like Eminem. Okay? You say something else, I'm gonna get surgical with the shit. I don't know why y'all always try to do it with me.
Hey, then let's get surgical.
Ain't nobody pandering. That's not me. That's y'all. Y'all like pandering to men. I don't pander to anybody. I just tell the truth. and it makes y'all get triggered in real time. You see the men get triggered? You see how the men get triggered in real time?
Hey, YouTube, who dictates masculinity? So you're saying that
it's the behaviors. It's the behaviors of men.
Hold on. So I say this: the most violent females typically have a lot of brothers, and they used to be play fighting with their brothers or fighting with their brothers. I will say that's the only way I see a woman to be have masculine traits.
No, or either their career made them have to be into a masculine type of role. Again, i.e., I was, like I said, corrections, policing, military. So
are you saying masculinity is not a standard for men?
No, what I'm talking about what he was what he just said. I was responding to.
No, I'm just asking generally. Is masculinity not a standard for men?
That has 4 brothers. That's not true.
Wait. Real quick. I want her to finish. I swear to God, I do. I don't want to interrupt. I just got to.
Because he making me lose my thought. Like I know. People do that. So I'm trying to answer the question. Dang, I'm trying to get to what he was saying as far as like he said, when people for masculine, some women have it's like when they grew up with a whole bunch of brothers, so they used to play fight all the time and all that stuff. And I also said that had something to do with people, women in their career as far as what they chose to do career wise. Like I said, either corrections, military, policing, anything that had to condition you to have to be into a masculine type of job. When you get with a man that is not in that same field, they automatically deem you as masculine or you have some type of masculine energy because you don't want to put up with the BS that they're trying to come with. So it's like, because I don't want to put up with your BS, now I'm deemed as masculine acting. Not saying I have to disrespect you, call you out your name, none of that. But it's just because, okay, I don't want to deal with what you bringing them to me. I'm not going to allow you to be putting your hands on me. I'm not going to allow you to be talking to me or disrespecting me in any kind of way. So now I become masculine automatically because of my career choice. You get what I'm saying? How they automatically paint the women that have those career choices automatically as masculine acting. Oh, if you in these different type of fields, I know it's hard. I used to hear all the time, I know you wear the pants at home. No, this is my job, but you automatically deem me as that because of what my career path is, not knowing that when I go home, I don't want to be like this. I want to be the submissive. I'd rather be let my man lead or whatever the case may be in my soft era. But I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me either. That's where I draw the line. You're not going to disrespect me. I'm not going to just shut up when you say so. I'm not going to do that. So because I won't tolerate that, now I'm masculine acting.
Yeah, I want to ask Pub because I think when Pub was saying something, I understand what he's saying. I just still think that this stuff is being used too loosely, because I think when Pub was saying that, a lot of that sound like behavior as well, because even what you're saying right now, to me, a woman having a job, a quote unquote, like, why would that be masculine? Because that's like saying skills, like that's skills and not gender. You get what I'm saying?
No,
like,
but believe it or not, and I don't want to cut you off, but believe it or not, it's sad, but it happens. They automatically think just because you have those roles as far as in a job, when you get into a relationship, it's like, oh, you want to be. No, you're basing what I have to do for work off of your insecurities, I guess, as a man. Now you want to make it seem like I'm masculine.
Yeah, that's my career agency. Hold on, FMF. Agency doesn't have
how
anything.
Y'all kind of silence me.
I got you, bro. I got you. I just was trying to get this out because I ain't even had none. I was just saying that to me, if you have a role that you have to be decisive, a leadership, a boundary, whatever, that doesn't make you masculine. You see what I'm saying? Like that.
But
because if you're protecting your energy while you're
circumstantially speaking,
we're saying that men typically will try to shame a woman, right? It's all a manipulation tactic. They know it's not. They know it's not masculine, but they try to be like, you wear, like she said, you wear the pants at home. It's basically like when they call women big money for spending money. Like if a woman got a nice car, also you big money is like a backhanded compliment. Like that's all they're trying to do. They're just trying to shame the woman because they feel insecure.
Like that's projection.
No, it is.
But that's what we're talking about.
But it's a reality.
Women masculine, but they want to label you already before they even get to really know who you are as, because they already deem you as being masculine. Like how? So that is like, how can I be masculine because of my career choice or because I won't allow you to talk to me? Now you get in a relationship because I won't allow you to talk to me in a certain type of way within a relationship, but I also have this type of career. Now, as the man, you like, oh, you that's why I can't deal with you because you think I'm one of them people at your job, or you think
the word that you're looking for is called militant.
Mr. I don't think that those are men. I think we talking about boys. Because a man.
Hold on. No, those are men. I hate when y'all do that. Men are men. There's bad men.
So you're saying it's like you're allowing a woman to code switch because of her circumstances. Her circumstances don't allow her to code switch. Circumstantially, she has to take on masculine roles.
No, that's not what I said. I'm not saying.
Hold on. One by cut a time, please.
Can I jump in for a second?
I think circumstantially, women are, put in certain situations where they have to take on masculine roles or masculine traits.
Well, why is that masculine though?
That's not a masculine role or trait, bro. Is what we're trying to explain to you. That's just being a responsible adult.
Hold on. If y'all gonna sit up here and let public defender talk, let me talk, bro. So I think circumstantially, for instance, when the father is not in the home, you can sit there and criticize the father not being there, but the woman still incorporate masculine traits just to provide for the home. That doesn't make her a wife. That makes her a woman.
Like what?
I just said a fatherless home.
I know. Like what kind of traits are you talking about that she has to incorporate to run the house?
As far as getting the job, paying bills, being a provider, being a dictator, the determining factor of the household.
Using it?
Essential.
Essentially. So when you're speaking on marriage, that's two roles. The man is the determining factor, whereas the woman is the contributing factor. So for instance, if a man is making $10 an hour, the woman should have financial literacy to be able to multiply that. The woman multiplies whatever the man provides.
Okay.
Is that true or false?
That's false. But
is it false?
That's not their role.
So when a man deals with an emotional woman, when a man deals with a woman of circumstances, don't she multiply those emotional trauma?
That doesn't make sense. What is a woman of circumstances? Do you understand that?
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything.
A fatherless home, a GAY son, a feminine son.
Oh my God.
Are you just saying stuff? Those words don't mean anything.
Those come from a single household. Those come from single mothers.
No, they don't.
Are you a single mother?
Hold on, y'all. I'm just trying to figure this. I'm really trying to have a conversation. I'm not, because I'm lost. Saying stuff that doesn't make sense to anybody up here, it doesn't. Saying that these are women of FMF. Type in the phrase "women of circumstances" and see if it comes up with anything, because that's not a real phrase. Nobody worry about that. But that doesn't mean anything. That's what I'm trying to tell you. It doesn't mean anything. Women of circumstances means literally nothing. That is just fluff. That's a word salad. So that's what I'm trying to help you understand. If you want us to engage in a conversation, you have to make sense.
He's not pandering right there, bro. Like, I agree with the same thing, bro. Like,
hold on, bro. As a moderator,
I've been listening to you talk for 20 minutes, nigga.
As a moderator, I'm about to, bro. I'm gonna tell you one more time. Bro, I'm gonna tell you one more time, bro. I'm a moderator. I'm not gonna disrespect you. Listen, we gotta get some order, dog. I'm gonna let FMF and Pub go ahead, bro. Please, dog. We got you, bro.
Again, in real time, I just challenged the idea that you had that women of circumstance. I'm just saying that means nothing. I was asking you to explain it to us. You refuse to, or you can't to, and then what did you do? Attack me personally, right? Why?
Not necessarily. So you're trying to. It's like you're trying to negate the fact that women are in circumstances. You're trying to pander to these victims, bro. And I get that.
Everybody is literally circumstances apply to everybody and anybody. What circumstances are you in is the question. What you're saying means nothing. It's redundant. Everybody's in circumstances.
Not everybody's in the same circumstances. Not every demographic of woman is in the same circumstances.
I just said that. I just said it matters. You're asking what circumstances are people in. That's a totally different discussion. But saying the phrase "women of circumstances" means nothing. Literally, it means nothing.
Women of so fatherless homes are not a circumstance?
Yes. Say that.
Women of circumstances.
I said that. I said fatherless homes leads to GAY sons.
It's too narrow, bro.
That's not true. I have two sons.
Mr. Essential, here we go again. These people are talking, bro.
Stop singling me out, because everybody do the same thing, but it just be my voice sound different.
I'm trying, bro. If Ryan come on here and tell you something, then that's fine, bro. I'm trying to help you, dog.
Bro,
So having kids out of wedlock is not a circumstance?
Yes, hold on, wait, y'all. I'm not, again, brother, I know what circumstances are. I was just saying that phrase didn't mean anything. That's it. I hear now what you're trying to say. So women having babies and men, because it would be both of them, having babies out of quote unquote wedlock you're saying it's a bad thing. Okay, fine, right? The gay boys coming from single mother homes is stupid. There's no correlation there. There's no causation.
Does that make them masculine women then?
Yeah, it is, because a fatherless home is a father provides a sense of direction with structure and discipline within the household, especially a marriage. So when the father isn't there, where are they getting that sense of direction from?
So what about a motherless home when there is a single father who has to take care of his daughter? Does that mean that she's gonna be a stud or something of that sort because she's being raised by her father?
It never works both ways. It only works to show.
I know. I'm just trying to give him an answer because I want to see.
It's just like what you had said earlier. It is the narrative that a male has put out there is that narrative. It's whatever is positive. Being masculine is negative.
Hey, can the government be used to make a woman not be a mother?
No, doesn't even.
But can the government be used to make a father be a father?
Yeah.
Okay, so we just gonna stay right there.
They're women.
We just gonna stay right there.
What are you talking about? There are women, but I know one. My aunt, she lost. Not saying she basically lost. But because he was already in the law, he knew all the different lawyers and all that stuff because of his field of work. He had more and she wanted to move to another city, and because of her past, he then used it against her, even though she was good then. So he ended up getting custody of their daughter, and she had to pay child support. She was only able to get her on holidays, everything like that. My cousin but what does that? So the government can be used for men and it can be used for women.
I said to keep her from being a mother. Can the government be used to keep a woman from being a mother?
Can the government be used to keeping a man from being a father?
No,
Why?
The government is weaponized against men to make them. Let's say if a man told
that's a man's choice.
Let's say a man told the woman, "Hey, I know that I did this. I'm not financially or whatever. I'm not masculine, whatever you want to call it. I'm not capable of being a father and raising this child. Why would you keep the baby?"
You should have thought about that before you decided to screw somebody without a
child. You see how we go back to what
that was your irresponsibility.
FMF, why would the man impregnate her though? FMF?
Exactly.
Man,
if you knew you
pregnancy can happen any kind of way.
Have children, why would you have
pregnancy can happen any kind of way?
Women,
you gotta protect your seed, bro.
Exactly. That was your irresponsibility.
You asked me a question. You asked me a question.
You're gonna have to address this LGBT community, bro.
You can't blame that on the woman. You got to blame that on yourself.
It's not about blame. Y'all steady trying to be victims. I'm not blaming anybody.
It's not a victim. You trying to be the victim.
So
if I tell a woman that I'm not financially stable and I end up impregnating her, why should she keep it? Because y'all both made the dumb decision of having sex without protection.
FMF is a moderator, so that's why I said I keep telling
y'all keep trying. Y'all trying, and I'm just asking questions. That's it.
I just answered your question.
You didn't answer the question because I haven't asked it yet.
You asked the first one, you didn't let nobody answer it.
Man, nah, y'all just trying to keep me from talking.
I just want to point something out real quick.
Motherless child.
Hold on. We can't keep on going. This is one person talk, back and forth.
I just want to ask FMF a question.
I'm not. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I want to know, and you don't really got to say this. You can
hold on, Cherry. Give me 1 second. Hey, host, you was finished? Because he got to give a spiel real quick. Hold on.
Bro, I don't even give a fuck no more, bro.
You want hold on before I let FMF. Cherry, you want an open panel, bro, or what? Like how you want it? Because Paul was trying to say something.
Did everybody answer the prompt? Did everybody answer the prompt?
I think everybody but Ami, and she the newest person up here. I don't know if she.
Miss Ami, would you like to answer the prompt? Can y'all tap the fucking screen? Fuck, I do want y'all to tap the screen.
Yeah, tap the screen, please. It's only at 14K. There's no way. Tap the screen.
I've been tapping the hell out of this screen now.
I'm not sure if it's actually good for the panelists.
Guess on here, the man waiting
but if you're okay with it, I'm happy to do so. I just heard that it messed up the algorithm sometimes. But anyways, thank you for having me up. To directly answer the prompt, I do think it's that men are too fragile to handle them. It's not because I'll be honest, I don't really believe in gender roles, so I, by automatum, don't believe in masculinity and the concept of femininity versus masculinity. But if I was to believe it for the sake of the prompt, I think when it comes to masculine women, we've had to step into a role where we do lead. And for various reasons, because, you know, we live in the 21st century, leadership is not a bad thing. And I don't think it's directly disregarding marriage or it's breaking down family units. The problem is men who are I guess, scared of these kind of characteristics in women are feeling threatened by it and therefore aren't willing to compromise or work alongside these kinds of women. And that's simply why they are not allowing these women to do their thing whilst also finding a way to do their thing alongside these women. And it's therefore leading to people no longer being as eager to marry each other. But I don't think it's a thing necessarily that women need to change in order to be more appealing to a man, because at the end of the day, if that man doesn't like you for who you are already, then that's not a man you should be married to begin with. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Thank you for the gifts.
I did want to point out, somebody just pointed out that Magic Johnson and D-Wade's sons both are feminine presenting, and they both have mothers and fathers in the home. That whole dumb, men literally will say anything, and this is a perfect example of how men weaponize femininity to control women, right? So FMF is pretty much trying to make the point that you need a man and a woman in the house to raise a non-gay child, which don't matter to me. Who cares if your son or daughter is gay either way? But to stop the gayness, you gotta have a two-parent household, right? That whole idea is rooted in.
Allow his son to do that.
Hold on. All that whole idea is rooted in is trying to manipulate women to keep them in toxic relationships with partners that are undeserving, right? So if you don't want your son to be gay, you better keep the daddy around, right? Like that's the whole premise. And they're using femininity to scare the woman and the man, right? And essentially, right? Because they're saying you don't want your son to grow up to be feminine, because that's the worst thing ever for a man to be, is feminine, because they hate femininity. And when you ask about the daughters being gay, he don't care, because he don't care if a woman presents like a man, but he cares if a man presents like a woman, because that's the worst thing a man could be to these types of men, right? The men that hate women, the men that hate femininity. The worst thing for a man to be is feminine. The worst thing a man could be is like a woman. And they'll use everything they do to manipulate a woman.
FMF, before you respond, could I just also ask you a direct question on that point?
Why are y'all steady trying to talk about my points? Let me talk.
Oh, okay.
But she new here, so you had a chance to talk. She's trying to talk about.
Let her talk.
I literally politely asked you if I could ask you a question before you go ahead and respond. You don't need to crash out. It's okay. If you want to talk that badly, you don't need to hear my question. Go ahead, babe.
Yeah, all right. Go ask your question, bro. Just be ready for what I answer.
You see how that is, but you want us to be so feminine acting, but you talk to.
Hold on. Hey, this is the thing. If y'all see smoke and y'all see flame, why pour gasoline? Please don't pour gasoline. That's all I ask. Because we got a model. We having a decent conversation. No disrespect. Y'all fucked me up. I don't even say that word. We having a good conversation.
We having a conversation, exactly.
We having a good conversation. Y'all fucking me up because my head hurt. I'm trying to play the game. Y'all, nigga, I almost lost in 2K.
Man, nigga, go take an Advil, leave or something, man. Go take a leave.
Hey, Dior, I'm doing what your husband did. Just got off of work playing the game. Shit, for real. Got to go to the gym. I just got on the game just so I can let y'all do this live. So y'all taking in my gym time.
Oh, ain't nobody calling in my feelings. They just keeping me from talking because they know how disrespectful I get.
We ain't addressing them. Come on, Ms. Omni, can you ask a question?
Thank you. I appreciate that. I simply just wanted to ask if I am to believe that single mothers are so masculine and are so eager to step into a man's role, then how on earth are you out here saying that these masculine presenting women are still going to raise GAY men due to a risk of being over feminized by not having a dad in the home? Can you make that make sense to me, please?
Understand your question?
Was it not clear?
No,
Wait,
it's not.
hold on. Okay, I'm gonna repeat it to you just one more time. Okay. If I am to believe that single mothers are so over masculinized due to the fact that they don't have a husband or a partner in the home, then how is it the sons that they are raising are still at risk of being GAY due to the fact that they be feminine?
Social norms. These communities out here that are being pandered to. So that's what I'm gonna say. A lot of men get influenced and they're getting catered to by other groups of communities that allows it, that normalize it. Just like D Wade allowed his son to be that. He didn't keep him from being that. He gave his child a choice to choose his identity. So that's just that. And secondly, since we got these people here, I love it. So I'm gonna ask YouTuber, why do a woman keep a baby after a man say no? If a man told you no and he don't want to keep the baby, why do you keep it?
Because the women that do that, by the way, it's rare. But the women that do that,
no, it's not rare.
It is. The way you say stuff as if you know is hilarious to me. But anyways,
how many single mother households are there in our community?
You don't know how it works, huh? But
I know how it works.
Okay, can I answer the question that you asked me, or you want to keep yapping? Which one? Because I'm answering. So the reason why that happens is, and it's real simple, because it's their motherfucking right. If they want to have a baby, I don't know if y'all know this about women. A lot of y'all don't listen to women. Women be having babies for themselves. And it's fucking mind blowing out. They really be having babies.
It's their choice, right?
It's their choice.
So they're using the government to, protest their choice. So why men can't choose to say no?
That doesn't make sense. Protest your choice again is one of those statements
say no?
That doesn't make sense.
Why can't a man say no? Yeah, it does make sense.
He can't. FMF.
If a man opted out the
FMF, your time to say no, FMF, listen. Your time to say no as a man is when, sorry, you're not going, just be quiet for a second.
And now stop muting me. I'm not even saying that.
I'm not muting you. I'm telling that they're muting you for a reason.
FMF, I'm muting you because you're going back and forth. You asked him a question.
That's a conversation. I ain't even finished the question. He just wanted.
You did.
No, I did not. Let me finish.
I'm gonna answer it anyway.
Is this a YouTuber show?
I don't know. But anyways.
What I'm saying is that the women are given this lawful choice to oppress men into being in a certain role they opted out of. But if the man used that same system, if a man uses the system to keep a woman from being a mother, he's considered a predator. He's considered toxic. So why can't a man opt out of that situation? If a man told you, if a man opted out, if you know as a woman,
you yapping, brother. You going in circles.
Can I say something about that?
Bro, it don't matter, bro. Let me finish what I'm talking about. I don't care, bro.
Can you land the plane?
Man, I don't care. I don't care. You ain't gonna come enable those victims over here, bro. You're a victim enabler. I'm not hearing none of that. So I don't care. You gonna go. Hey,
if you have a baby, then you have a choice.
Hey. You gonna protest?
Okay. So let me answer.
Can I say something? Okay.
Real quick. I just want to say something real quick. Hold
on. Don't overtalk nobody. I keep on saying, stop overtalking everybody, bro.
And also, let's not go around in circles.
I was already talking.
What I'm saying is simply your time. There is a time when a man can say no, and he can opt out of having the baby. Your time for that is before you ejaculate inside the woman. So you can get a vasectomy, you can put on a condom, you can spray spermicide up in there. That's your time. You cannot have sex with her, but once you give her your DNA, it is no longer yours. It's like, I don't know if you guys know this, for the police, if you spit in a cup and you throw the cup in the trash can, anybody could get that, right? Anybody could get your DNA and do whatever they want to do with it. Once you discard of it, it's not yours anymore. Same thing with having sex. So if you care so much about having babies, then you should wrap it up. You should not have sex. You should not ejaculate.
That goes both ways.
That doesn't go both ways. Because only you can ejaculate.
Is it her body or her choice, brother?
She is making the choice. She is taking on the risk of having a child with you, my guy.
And she's
accepting that risk. So if
She's
she, whenever
keeping it
she
too.
does, you're not saying anything.
If he's opted out as a father, if he doesn't want to do anything or provide for that child,
His only chance to do that is prior to ejaculating in the woman. What do you not understand?
Even then, during pregnancy, if he opted out during pregnancy, why did you still go through with it?
Why? It's no longer your choice anymore.
It's no longer like, what do you not understand?
Can I interject real quick? Can I just say something? Maybe I can make him understand a little bit better. So if you
finish the point right quick, you finish the point so she could go ahead. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry, love.
So FMF, if you take a GUN and shoot it at somebody, can I say shoot? I don't know. And they become unalive. Can you bring them back alive?
Man, no, bro. Stop being
okay.
dumb.
That's the same thing. So if you
it's not the
shoot your
same thing,
sperm
that child comes into fruition because of your choice.
It's a choice,
right? It's your choice. Your body.
It was y'all choice. Stop trying to. You keep trying to put it on one person.
You just
this was a choice that.
You just said the man don't have a choice.
No,
this was a choice.
Like, that's all you got to do. If you didn't want the baby, and she said to keep the baby, even after you didn't want to keep the baby, guess what? All you got to do is, if you don't want nothing to do with that baby, sign them motherfucking rights over. That's
or she
all
can put it up for adoption, right?
Sign them over.
It's adoption.
Why would you want? No, this is the thing. You would rather somebody put their child up for adoption or kill them instead of being a responsible.
Is it just her child?
It's both of yours,
right? So if he
you rather not be, you rather be out here be
it's too late to opt out.
But you want her, her to either KILL the baby or to give it up for adoption because you decided to be irresponsible.
Is it my child or is it your child?
Makes no sense.
It's both our child, right?
But but you're the only one who doesn't want it.
So if I told you I'm choosing not to be a father,
you should have put on a condom, my guy.
All that shoulda, woulda, coulda stuff, it's already in the past.
Right, exactly. Shoulda, woulda, coulda is out the way. So when you decide,
so why do you have the opportunity
my guy?
He doesn't understand.
Why do you
shoulda, woulda, coulda? It's too late.
The government against
Can I put it simply? Can I put it simply for you? I'm
do
gonna say it like this because you seem to miss. Oh my God, the government. I mean, they've told you a million times. If you're choosing not to understand, that's fine. Like I said,
why
like
do you
everybody
have the opportunity to use the government for your choice, but you cannot use the government for his choice?
FMF.
If he chose to opt out,
FMF, you dominating the mic.
All this pandering, bro. Like, fuck all that pandering victim shit, bro.
FMF, FMF, bro. Let
you sound lost, bro.
Bro, kick into your intellect, bro. Kick into your intellect, bro. Go ahead, bro.
I just wanted to say real quick.
Go ahead, because you rage baiting, bro. Go ahead, go.
I ain't rage baiting nothing, because what nobody is paying attention to, that the same platform these single mothers got, they have it. They have a lawful choice. The law is for that choice, but a man can't use the system for his choice. If a man impregnates you, that's you and him. Those are two adults. So the same thing that he should have did, you should have did.
So guess what the law just made it? They made it so you can't even have abortions anymore. So now
stop
what?
interrupting me, bro.
So now what?
Man, stop interrupting me.
They made it so you can't even have abortions no more. So now what?
You did not interrupt
can you
YouTube.
address that, FMF?
Come on, bro.
Because you keep talking
y'all
about
not
women's
muting them, bro.
choice.
Mute
Like,
them.
bodily autonomy doesn't even exist in America anymore.
Bro. Y'all being biased. Stop muting me, bro.
You the moderator too.
I don't have the muting powers. I would have been muted.
Oh, damn, he a mod. Oh, okay. Anyways, yeah, you can finish, but I'd like to respond afterwards.
So that's my whole point. Ain't nobody paying attention to the overall objective. You have the choice, and you're liberated in that choice to oppress a man into providing for a child he opted out of. But a man cannot use that same system to keep you from being a mother because it's going to make him a toxic man.
Now, FMF, the reason why I say kick into your intellects because this, bro. Think about it like this. You know for sure that that's our seed. So we got to protect our seed, right? We got to be able to choose to put that baby inside of this woman. You know that, bro. Come on. And then on top
that goes
of that,
both ways, bro. You just act like a man just forcefully put a baby in a woman. Both sides should know about contraceptives, not just one.
Bro, at the end of the day, when I had sex with my wife, that's why I got a vasectomy because she was fertile. When I got her pregnant, I'm not saying that, oh, yes, it takes two, but it was my seed, was it not?
So wait, so can I put it like this? Okay, so if somebody was to...
Give me one second, because now you good. Because what I'm trying to understand, I'm just trying to get my guy to, because the thing is, what he's saying, like, even if you say that, oh, the government protecting the woman, you know that the average child support payment for a black woman is like $250, and they barely get that.
Ain't nobody talk about no child support.
I'm just saying the government really don't go in their favor though.
Before all of these circumstances come into fruition. See, these circumstances come when the baby comes.
Bro, I'm just saying the government doesn't really go into the black woman's favor, bro.
If I opted out during pregnancy, why do you keep the baby?
Why did you get her pregnant in the first place,
Man,
though?
that's neither here nor there. Because that goes both sides.
Bro, it's circular, dog.
Did, bro. Like both sides should have known about contraceptives. Both sides. If it's her body, it's her choice. Shouldn't she be more aware of her body and her choice when in certain situations?
FMF.
So come on, bro, like y'all pandering.
She's the only one that takes accountability, and you're projecting. You're the only one running cover for the men. That's what you're doing.
So how am I projecting?
Okay, hold on.
Exactly. Hold on. Wait. This is what I'm saying. You are accusing everybody else of pandering, right? But you are the only person up here defending the problematic behaviors of men.
I'm asking questions.
You're not asking questions.
I am asking questions.
No, brother. Okay.
If I'm uneducated with women and I'm asking this question, why can't it be answered?
You are uneducated in general.
You just don't like the answer.
You got me fucked up. Shit,
Hold on, FMF. If you get told that the answer to 1 + 1 is 2, and then you say straight up,
man,
I don't think it's 2.
Oh, FMF, stay character, bro.
Don't swear at me, bro, because I can get real disrespectful. I'm gonna be disrespectful to you, so don't be disrespectful to me.
I'm not worried about none of that.
Okay, make sure you're not worried. Make sure you're not worried.
To answer the question, bro. Y'all trying to
again. Several people have answered
opted out. Hey, check me out. Can we please stop going back and forth? Like I said, bro, it ain't even that time yet. Bro. Like it ain't that deep. We just having a conversation.
I agree. I think we should start with
FMF. Check this out. This ain't even a majority. We just having a regular conversation. Why we have to get mad about the conversation? Because nobody agree.
And it's crazy because FMF is one of those dudes who will be like, men are the most
bro, you don't know me. Stop
on their
mentioning me.
emotions.
You don't know me. Stop mentioning me.
Being emotionally
You don't know me.
unregulated,
Stop telling
calling
me
women
what
out
kind
their
of person
name.
I am. You don't know me.
Anywho, as I was saying, and I'm gonna tell
you're not even from America, bro.
So the fact that your box is lighting up doesn't mean anything to me. I'm gonna keep talking.
I was already talking.
As I was saying,
when I was talking.
Multiple people have given you the answer to your question. They have said there are 2 different stages of choice for men and women. Women's stage of choice comes after they have been impregnated. Men's stage of choice comes before they have impregnated the women. Because once you have given her your DNA and it is now in her body, it resides in her body, it is no longer your autonomous decision to try and interfere on behalf of her body. Simple as. You, for some reason, don't want to hear that answer. That's absolutely fine. I'm going to give you an analogy so you can maybe try to understand. If, again, I can't hear you, by the way, so your box lighting up doesn't mean anything to me. If you, as a man, was to donate your kidney to your friend to help save their life, and then that friend unalived, you can't now ask the doctors to give that kidney back just because they didn't go through with the part of the deal that you expected them to. No, because your choice has already been made. If you now forcefully try to make the doctors interfere on your behalf and take the kidney out anyways, then the law, the state, they will intervene and be like, hold on, we got to defend that person because the kidney is now in that person's body, no longer yours, that person's body. We're now going to intervene on that person's behalf because you are interjecting on their autonomy. That's literally it. It's no longer about your autonomous decision because it's no longer about your body. The only time it's about your body is when the sperm is still inside of your body. As simple as that. If you don't understand that, then you dumb as hell. I'm so sorry.
He left.
Possession is not.
Hold on. FMF ain't leave. I just had to drop FMF so y'all can get y'all point across.
Good job.
You're gonna leave your lane. And then FMF coming right back up, bro. It's just
the only way I feel like FMF, the situation FMF is talking about.
No. Don't talk about FMF. Drop it.
Like, come on, bro. Stop being biased, bro.
I'm not being biased, bro. You over talking.
I'm not talking about you, bro. I'm talking about this panel is being biased. Like, I don't care about nobody in there.
Why can the whole panel mix with women and agree and you're the only one that
hey, bro. I'm only asking a question in the sense of, let's say if I'm uneducated about women and I did make that mistake. So if I'm asking a woman morally, hey, why do you keep a baby after I told you no?
Does that have to do with morality?
It has a lot to do with morality. because morally she makes the decision to bring that child into fruition after I've already said no. Is that not a moral choice?
How was you not uneducated in the beginning? You're very much educated with sticking your feet inside this woman and ejaculating inside of her.
In this scenario,
you were very
the
much
damage is already
educated.
done, bro.
Hold on. This the reason why I say FMF.
Can
I answer? Hold on, bro.
How's the topic about? Are masculine women not built for marriage, or are men just too fragile to handle it? How the fuck is it here?
That's enough.
Real shit.
Right.
Come on. So who?
I ain't worried about none of y'all, bro.
No. Nobody throw no shots. I just say TL Ross. Would you like to speak on the point?
I would say two things can be true, and I think both of these situations can be true, depending on the type of person that they're looking to marry. If a woman is looking for a man to be masculine and be a leader, and she's also masculine, then she may not be ready to a masculine man, because most masculine men are not looking for another masculine person in the household. So she may not be ready to receive that masculinity because they're fighting for power. And another thing is, on the other hand, another man that wants to be with a woman who is also strong or masculine from that point of view may not handle that type of woman properly, because they are not used to a woman who can control the narrative, who can control a household, and who can lead. So some men have never been in a space with a woman who can actually lead properly, so they're intimidated by it. So I think it could be both sides. He could be both intimidated, and then another thing is that he may not want a woman who he has to fight for power for, and that's just what it is.
TL Ross, can I ask you a question? Is it safe to assume that you're insinuating that a masculine man is intimidated by a masculine woman?
Repeat the question.
Are you insinuating that a masculine man is intimidated by a masculine woman?
No, I didn't say that at all.
So if it's a masculine man in a situation and it's a masculine woman, is that a good situation? Should he marry her because she's masculine?
Let's start with what's a masculine woman.
I would not, as a masculine man, if he wants a woman to follow him and he wants femininity, then no, he should not marry a masculine woman. If he is okay with a woman challenging his masculinity, then by all means go for it. But if he wants a woman to follow his lead, then I would think that would be a situation that that's going to create chaos, because they will be fighting for power.
Hey Ross, what is masculinity?
Fighting for dictatorship.
Hold on. What is masculinity, Ross? Like, what does it look like when a woman is being masculine? Common characteristics.
I would say a woman who wants to lead and feels like she's the head of the household. A woman who feels like she knows more than her male counterpart. A woman who does not trust a man's leadership, that wants to lead the ship. I would consider that masculine.
Like dictatorship?
To me, that don't sound like my bad. I just want to ask him a question too, because once again, y'all keep coming up here saying this stuff about, bro, what you guys are saying, that sound like skills, tone, not gender. Y'all keep saying like that doesn't have nothing to do with a woman or a man, bro.
Jannard, what skills do a masculine
Thank
woman
you
have?
for saying that.
Jannard, what skills do a
That's nothing to do with
masculine
no
woman
man,
have?
no woman. It just has something to do with skills and tone.
That doesn't. You guys
Can you name
keep
three
mixing.
skills a masculine woman has?
Hold on, FMF. I gotta ask something. My thing is, we can't. If y'all, all right, how I look at masculine,
Jannard, ask your question, bro. Ask the question.
That's what I'm saying to him.
Just ask the question. Just ask
all
the
right,
question.
So Ross, so you telling me that assertiveness, if a woman is being assertive, she is masculine. That's what you're telling me. If a man is being empathetic, then he's feminine. That's what you're saying, because y'all mixing tone and gender with skills. Like, it doesn't make sense.
No, what I am saying is your demeanor on how you approach the situation. If a man comes into a space and says that, hey, I'm going to lead the house,
I think
I need you to follow me, that means that man is taking on that leadership. If that woman says, oh no, I need you to follow me, she wants to be the leader.
I think what you're saying, T.
There's a
Ross,
difference. So there
I got you. If I can for a second, I think essentially what you're describing are just gender roles, and you're saying if a woman rejects gender roles, right? Meaning she rejects the notion that simply because you have a penis, you should be the leader, then she's being masculine, which to me doesn't make any sense. I'm not. If that's what. Like I don't understand why those two things are correlated whatsoever.
Hey, YouTuber, are there
hold on, FMF. I'm not saying his penis makes him a leader. I'm saying there are roles in the relationship. Whether you want to acknowledge them or not is up to you.
And
but
what are the roles?
What are the roles? It depends on the relationship. That's an individual mindset, right? I can't tell somebody else.
You're not describing it like that, Ross. You're not describing it like that. You're speaking to gender roles because you're saying a woman. You didn't say my woman. You said a woman that comes into a relationship and doesn't think that the man is capable of leading her is a masculine woman. I'm boiling it down. That's essentially what you said. Now you're saying, oh no, it depends on the relationship. So is it a gender?
No, I never said that doesn't think that he's capable of leading. I'm saying she wants to lead.
No. You said that she questions his leadership, literally verbatim. That's what you said. So she doesn't think that. Somebody got to mute her. Yeah. So you don't. So essentially, what I'm saying is all I'm trying to let you know is if a man, men aren't supposed to be leaders, right? Like that's not. I don't believe in God or nothing like that. So I don't know where y'all getting that from. But men aren't supposed to be leaders, right? First and foremost. And the healthiest, highest functioning relationships don't have leaders. It has two people that act as partners, right? Everybody knows that. But if somebody needs to be led in the relationship, right? Oftentimes, I feel like that person is the man. So why are they so triggered by that? And how does that make a woman masculine?
So
for being the leader? Like I'm not
roles,
understanding.
Are the gender role standards set in the marriage already?
No.
Oh, we don't have gender roles. I don't have gender roles in my house, bro. I don't
marriage.
understand
I'm not talking about your house. That's anecdotal.
Marriage, no. Gender roles are. Some people don't have gender roles. It's
traditionally, are there gender roles set in the marriage, bro?
Yes. In most marriages, gender roles exist, and there's proof of that because when you look at the distribution of labor in the home, the women still do the majority of the labor in the home, no matter how much money she makes, no matter how much time she spends out the home working.
YouTuber, traditionally, is a wife supposed to work?
Hold on, brother. Please don't cut me off.
Because you're speaking on a woman that's making money. We speaking on traditional values of a wife.
70% of women.
Hold on, FMF. Me and him having a dialogue. Hold on, FMF.
70% of married women work, FMF. So let's talk about reality. Supposed to is stupid. I'm just talking about what really is. So the vast majority of women work in relationships and marriages, right? In marriages, 70% of women work. In relationships, it's even higher. So with that being said,
80 million women are in the labor force. YouTube, my bad. I'm just gonna say 80 million women.
I got you. So if women are working, right? If women are working, but still at home, they're doing the majority of the labor. That proves that in the relationship, there are rigid gender roles where women are still expected to do the majority of the labor in the relationship. That is an old school gender role.
Traditionally, are women supposed to work? Is a wife supposed to work?
Yes, everybody's supposed to work.
Traditionally, is a wife supposed to work?
I'm sorry, sir. Based on whose tradition, sir?
Traditionally,
black women have always
traditionally
worked.
Of marriage.
Yes, black women have always worked. Yes, black women have always
No,
worked.
black women have always worked. Black women ain't always been wives.
There are more black women on this planet than white women. So what tradition are you talking about?
Traditionally, are wives supposed to work?
FMF, listen to what I'm asking you. Hold on, wait. Based on whose tradition is what I'm asking. Because there are a bunch of different traditions.
The same
tradition.
The same standards that gave you a degree in the education, the same system that gave you this platform to be a feminist, gave you that same tradition of a marriage.
I hate when you say, I really want to have a conversation with you, but you got to speak English. Did it make sense?
Okay,
I'm sorry. I'm not trying to go there. I'm being honest.
Hold on, FMF. So I want to just be descriptive on what I mean by masculine. So if let's just say an example. If I say, hey, as a man, I want to I say I want to go on a trip with my wife, right? But my wife says, no, I want to do this. And then we have a back and forth on it. For me, if my woman is not willing to take my instruction and she wants to go her way, to me, I would look at that as masculine.
I think that's just y'all not having the same I wouldn't think that that's masculine. It's just that she doesn't want to do what you want to do.
But
I
you
think
don't
that's kind of
dictate
like
that.
what I said earlier. It's in within these men, with some of these men, not all now, I got to put that out there. But when you have a voice for yourself or you go against what they want you to do, you are deemed masculine. It's not to say that, hey, you say you want to go on a trip here, but I don't want to go there. Why don't we go here? And then y'all have a solution to say, let's compromise. Okay, well, we ain't got to go there this time. We can go where I want to go now. And then later on down the line, we'll go here. If that's the solution, that's compromising. But you have men that just want you to do exactly what they want, or it's my way or the highway. And that's the part where when a woman goes against that, they don't want to be in a relationship like that because you don't even value my opinion. Yep. Now I'm deemed as masculine because I have a voice for myself. No,
and there's a difference between having an opinion. Hold on, YouTube.
Hold on, brother. You're trying to use that. You're trying to use masculinity in this instance, is what I'm saying in real time. You're trying to use that to shame the woman, to control her behavior. Oh, I deem that to be masculine. Is that a bad or a good thing? If she stands up for herself and she says, I know I've traveled more than you. I've been out of the country more than you. I plan more vacations than you. Why wouldn't you value my input? And she doesn't respect your opinion in this one instance. And then you turn around and go, oh, you being masculine. Aren't you trying to weaponize the concept of masculinity to control her?
No. Traditionally, are black women monogamous?
Bro.
Oh my God.
Can I respond?
We're not even about to talk about monogamy
so to YouTube,
but why
right?
y'all not answering my question?
So hold on, FMF. I'm having a conversation. Subject. Okay, so it's not necessarily about her individuality. It's how she comes at me about the situation. If I have a discussion with my woman, so hold on. If I have a discussion with my woman and I say, okay, I want to go here, right? And she says, okay, well, what about this? Now we having a dialogue. But if you come at me, it's like, oh no, I think that's a stupid idea. We should go here. That is masculine to me.
So it's masculine to be disrespectful. That's what you're saying?
Yes.
I can agree to that. That's different.
Yes.
Wait. And you know what's funny about all of this? When I said this at the beginning, remember the men was crashing out. I literally said that when I think of masculinity, I typically associate it with negative behaviors. What is Ross describing?
Negative behaviors, yes.
That's what I said. I don't know why.
I can agree with that, Ross.
I never negated that. I never negated that at all.
He was saying that he's been saying it from the beginning, and it was a whole thing that was saying, oh, you pandering. But I can agree with that. Now, with her, the response becomes now masculine. It's like, dang, I'm just trying to, if you tell me to do something or you say you want to do something and my response comes off as disrespectful, I don't respect you as a man already because I'm coming off as disrespectful. So now I can understand why you deem me as being masculine. But I'm talking about the ones that are in relationships or marriages where they don't want the woman to have no type of say so. And if she does, she's deemed masculine. So I can understand the difference from being disrespectful.
That's control. That's control. That's a difference. There's a difference.
But they deem that as a woman being masculine because she has a voice for herself and she want to stand up for herself. Now you being masculine. You're not being submissive.
But that's what I'm saying. That is control. That is a man who needs control of the situation.
But that's what happened a lot
to men. I have to ask the men. Have any of you actually given a definition of masculinity?
Hold on, wait. I was about to bring it right now. What's the definition? What's the definition, Moses? Moses, what's the definition of masculinity?
Masculinity and femininity is biological.
No, that's not the definition.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Hold up,
Time out, brother. Hold on, brother. Hold on,
No, you asked me a question.
Hold on, Moses. I know, but that wasn't. You're not answering.
No, hold up. No, you want to give what you think it is. I'm telling you what it is.
I want you to tell us what it is. Yeah.
All right. It's biological means men have the ability to do things that a woman can't do. Because of his biological makeup. Women have traits and characteristics that a man can never be because he does not have the biological makeup. A man cannot conceive and bring forth a child and breastfeed. A woman cannot insert a penis and make a baby, okay? A woman does not get the muscular ability
Can we go by definition and not of your opinion? Because I got the definition pulled up right now.
Hold on.
You're being disrespectful.
Hey, hold on. He just came on the panel.
You're being disrespectful.
Let him land.
All right. The fact is, I gave you the definition. When you look it up, it tells you that it's a characteristic traits that belong to a male, to a man, or a boy. Period.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't say the role. It doesn't say the role.
A man can act like a woman, and he can't be a woman. A woman can act like a man. And I'm gonna leave it right here with this. I'm gonna just say this. If a woman gets lost in the jungle and she has to become a hunter and go out and hunt in order to provide for herself, that doesn't make her a masculine woman. That makes her a woman that is surviving. Okay? If a woman has to work all day to pay her bills because there's no one else doing that, that does not make her masculine. If a woman has a comeback for somebody coming at her and she's stern and standing on something, that does not make her masculine.
I agree.
So what makes her masculine?
None of that
when
makes
she's
you
being
masculine.
disrespectful?
What makes you masculine is your biological makeup. Okay?
You lost
things
this.
that a woman can do that a man can never do.
Can you give
Things
examples?
that a man can do that a woman can never do.
Please
That's
give
what makes
examples.
Can I read y'all the definition?
Wait, Marie, I'm sorry, just quickly. I need to, because she's saying that the definition is biological. So
he already gave us examples. He said one of the examples was men can insert their penis into women and women can have babies. Those are some of his examples. But those aren't masculine or feminine.
Can I give the definition?
No, that he did give the definition.
Go ahead. No, the actual definition, not his definition of what it is.
No, he did. No, at the end, he did. He said that there are characteristics or traits commonly associated with men and boys. That is a definition of masculine.
yeah, from what I know, I'm not gonna lie.
So can we agree that
Marie,
if a woman,
wait, hold on one second.
Hold on,
Marie, if you've got something different, feel free to read it out because we didn't.
Because what I have is masculinity is seen to be the trait which emphasizes ambition, acquisition of wealth, and differentiated. How you say that word? Gender roles. I'm sorry. Feminine is seen to be the trait which stress caring and nurturing behaviors, sexuality, equality. I can't talk today. Equality, environmental awareness, and more fluid gender roles. So it doesn't really pertain to it's saying the gender roles, but it doesn't say, oh, this goes to this gender or that goes to that gender. So it depends, like you were saying earlier, YouTuber, it depends on your characteristic as the person is a characteristic. It's not really like this gender should be more this or that gender should be more of that.
It literally, I'm telling y'all, it's not that difficult. It's literally like, I gave it earlier, but it's literally like, the way that I use masculinity and femininity is this. Who is most likely to embody these characteristics? If it's close, then I just say it's a human trait, right? But like, again, like if you say nurturing, who is more nurturing? Everybody goes women, mothers, women. Okay, cool. So that is a feminine trait. If you say violent, when you think of men, all right, cool. So violent would be a you see what I'm saying? Like, so it's super easy if you look at it through that lens.
Because masculinity involves displaying attitudes and behaviors that signify
they are equally as violent as men. So what are you talking about?
They're not, Moses.
They are.
That's not true. That's not true,
That's not true.
It is true.
That's not true, Moses. That's not true, Moses.
Regular basis.
Stop it.
That ain't
That's not true, Moses.
Hold on. Add context. Because the reason why women are committing infanticide. Wait, hold on. I'm sorry. I just need to say this because men love using this point. The reason why women commit infanticide at a higher rate than men is due to proximity. We, 90% of the time, are the caretakers of children. So it's like saying there's 1,000 women and 10 men. Which one do you think is going to be committing a higher rate of crime? Obviously, you're going to go with 1,000 women because there's way more of them that are actually taking care of the children. For you to be like, that means that we're more violent is insane because you're conflating the statistic. At the end of the day, if it was hold on, Moses. One second. If it was 1,000 women versus 1,000 men, I promise you the statistics for infanticide would be pretty much equal because every other statistic with men is pretty much male dominant. every other statistic with violence is pretty much male dominated. The only time where it's not male dominated is with infanticide, and any research, any study that you look into will tell you that's because there's more women taking care of
women
the kids.
ABing is violence. I don't care how you try to slice it up. That's violence.
They said you're talking about AB. Oh, never mind.
That's violence. I don't
That's
care
not-
how you
Okay,
try
so-
to
If you're
slice
talking
it.
about
That's
AB, never
violence.
mind. I thought you were talking about infanticide.
So getting
Yeah.
back to masculinity.
And women,
Hold
okay.
on, hold on,
88 times
hold
a day.
on.
Hold on, y'all.
Fuck, God damn, bro. What the fuck?
Right.
The fuck? We all adults, right? Oh, me. Looking ass niggas. Come on now. Me. Let me go. Looking ass. Come on, like nigga.
Facts.
Can we hold on? Fuck. Like shit. Like damn, I don't know how y'all niggas do this shit. I'm new to all this shit. Hey, honestly, I'm new to all this shit. Hey, nigga, hey. My job is to argue with niggas all day for my career, nigga. I don't do this shit on the internet. Can we let Secret Identity answer the prompt and then we can go back open panel? This nigga been sitting up here.
Appreciate
Let me get in the conversation. The conversation.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you, brother. Are masculine women not built for marriage, or are men just too fragile to handle them? I will say this: masculine on masculine just don't really work. I mean, there could be some outliers where it does. I would say this: if it's going to work, in order for that dynamic to really, really work, that dude got to be fucking feminine. If she's going to be masculine, I'm saying from a yin to yang perspective, it's got to be a balancing act. That nigga got to be feminine. You got what I'm saying? Like that's how it works. He has to be feminine and wear like fingernail polish and stuff like that. That's how it works. What happened to them? What happened to? Because I wanted public to kind of hear this because I know he wears green fingernail polish. But yeah, he has to be feminine in order for that to work. And then he would want his old lady to lead. He would want his old lady to do everything that a man typically would do. And that's how that thing works. But I want to hear, y'all can rebuttal. I want to hear what y'all got to say about that.
I would love to rebuttal. So a man who wears nail
trying to
polish.
ask something, Ami, that's how you say your name?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out,
We back at it, y'all. I couldn't take it no more. But I don't know what's going on with my camera. Why is my camera not working? Oh, I think I know why. Yeah, okay. There, I was like, wait. I had it on the wrong shizer. There we go. All right. Angie Baby said, y'all saying the quiet things out loud. They sure was. They sure was saying the quiet things out loud. He's bad with, Aquarius said he's bad with money, complains about it. Notified doesn't apply himself to do more. She's great with money. A planner is smart, yet biology leads over logic. Drop the Lulu. Oh, man, that was funny. It was very silly, but I love going on those lives, man. The conversations be interesting. And by interesting, I mean entertaining. They don't be that interesting. They be more entertaining than anything, man. They be funny as fuck. I'll be having a blast. What up, though, man? Yeah. Felt like a school debate, but worse. It felt like a school debate, but worse. Yeah, I had to slide. Now we up in the main room, man. Them fools love pulling out that they love pulling out that pander word, man. They use that shit like motherfucker, like black people use Robitussin. They use pandering like black people use Robitussin for everything. Oh, you pandering. Ain't nobody pandering, bro. Ain't nobody pandering, my guy. You're the only one pandering. Opinionated Cookie, I appreciate you. You the only one pandering, fam. They think it's a draw 4. and then it changed the color. They think it's a draw for it, change the color. I'll be like, damn. Oh yeah, that's their second go-to. Nigga don't be having nothing to add. Oh, it's you pander. I promise you, I don't have no reason to lie. It don't benefit me to lie. I know. It's mind blowing up. I have no reason to lie to y'all. Oh yeah, he definitely a hoe. He was yelling at that girl. As soon as that woman came up there, he called her a B word. I was like, bro, it's calling her bruh. bruh. I don't care nothing about that, bruh. Dog, you were talking to a fucking like 22-year-old woman. You're talking to a 22-year-old. She just graduated from high school like 3 years. She just graduated from high school like 3 years ago, bro. It's always a discussion. Would you like, you ain't gonna come up anyway, y'all be scared. If it don't benefit you to lie, you're a damn liar. We got Ian here, the weirdest nigga on the internet. What up, Kadazian? K-Dazian?
What's going on, brother?
I'm chilling, fam.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. I want you to define what you mean by value, because
no, you define what value is.
I mean, you got this topic up there.
Huh?
You have this topic up there. So what do you mean by value?
What do you think it means? This is for you, not me. I made the prompt. The prompt is for you, not for me. Right? You just asked me was it a monologue. I want you to talk.
Okay, so for me, value means adding worth, adding importance, or adding usefulness to society.
Adding what?
Adding worth and value, or adding worth or something important to society.
Yeah, and how would you say that? Would you say that if you negatively impact society, wouldn't that take away from your net worth? It's like think about it like this: if you make $10,000 a month, right? But your bills are $12,000 a month, then are you net? You know what I'm saying? Like you're not netting anything, right? Like you're still in the negative.
Correct.
Even though you make 10 grand, you're still in the negative, correct?
Right.
Okay. So what value do men add to society?
So are you talking about value, monetary terms?
No.
Because value can be.
I only care about how you add to society. I'm not talking about your like how would you making money add to society? That doesn't.
No, because the example that you gave, you gave a monetary example. If you're making this and you put this amount in and you have this net amount out, and you said 10,000 and your bills are 12,000, so you're net negative pretty much at that point. So you're not really adding anything in monetary terms.
Yeah. But, so when I'm trying to, I don't understand. Like
okay.
what I'm saying. I mean, I understand, but I'm saying like, what?
I think both men and women add value to life.
I know. How do men add value is my question.
Okay. So for example, if we talk about career-wise, or in terms of the trades and types of career that both men and women perceive. So men would add something because they tend to gravitate more towards certain careers, for example, infrastructure, construction, those type of things. So that would be one way in which men add value to society.
Okay, so labor. Okay.
For example, as an example.
Yeah.
Women would tend to gravitate towards certain careers more. They take care of certain.
No. But labor is labor, right? So
right.
So you're saying that men add labor. I mean that men, they do labor in society. Okay, fair enough. Women also do labor in society, right? And I could argue that women do more labor than men because they do the vast majority of the labor at home, and the vast majority of women work. And, there are more, like we're talking about the Black community, there are more employed Black women than there are Black men. If you talk about the vast majority of married women work, so on and so forth. But then at home, women do the vast majority of the labor in the house, right? And at work, women do more labor than men too, because the unpaid labor that gets done at work, like planning birthday parties, cleaning out the microwave in the break room, you know, little things like that. Women do that stuff for free. Like men don't do that at work, generally speaking. So I would say that men actually do more. I would say that women do more labor in general than men. But let's say it's a 1-to-1. So men add labor and women add labor. Okay. What else?
Yeah, but I mean, those traditional roles as we used to know them. If you look at it right now, like you said, women used to do more of the like home labor type tasks. I don't think that gap back then is the same like now. For example, you made an example. You said Black women are more employed, but if you look at the numbers, it's almost a 1-to-1. That has
it's 2 million more. It's 2 million more Black women employed than Black men. It's not almost.
I don't think that is correct. I don't think that's correct.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Ann.
Hi, public. Hi.
Hold on, let her answer, and then we'll get you back.
Hi, public. So, do you want me to answer what value?
You can answer the prompt. Yeah.
Okay. So, if women add more value to society, doesn't that make them superior? No, not necessarily. That creates a hierarchy of value when it comes to human beings. And because you and I are all human, we have equal value. So we have different capacities, we have different abilities, but that doesn't make anyone superior inherently, because as human beings, we all have equal value. So I like to make the comparison of having like a $1 bill and you have 4 quarters, equal value. So if women add more value to society, doesn't that make them superior? Well, no, they can't be superior because human beings are not rated on a hierarchy. Now, when we talk about functionality,
says who? Who doesn't rank people on a hierarchy? We literally live in a hierarchy right now.
Well, I would argue, I know there are different political beliefs on this. However, in the West, we have constructed society on the basis of reason, right? Like what separates human beings from the beasts is our capacity to have free will and our capacity to rationalize. And so if I know you can rationalize and you know I can rationalize because we're both human beings, then we can have a common understanding of what is good, what is right, what is wrong, et cetera, because we are equally human. And we know this because also in the West, we have this idea of the reasonable standard. Like the law uses this. Would a reasonable person do X, Y, and Z? The reason why that's even a metric used in the legal system is because in a democratic society, we all have equal value. So if we can agree a reasonable person wouldn't do this, then we could arguably say then their actions were unjust.
Okay, a few things. I would argue that in the West, we're not rational. We're irrational. Like that people are starving and that people are unaliving because they don't have access to healthcare, that people are going bankrupt because they have medical bills, that people are living in communities that are ravaged by cancer-causing chemicals, that people are living in communities where violence is off the charts because of lack of resources, like all those things that I named. That would point to me that we actually don't live in a society rooted in rationale.
Really?
Also, yeah, very much so.
Well, could you consider that could also be an example of human beings, their ability to reason or not reason, their ability to use their free will and not use it in good ways? Like, I think all of those examples are really good examples of how people rationally make selfish decisions, right? It would be what rational means to me, at least, when you make certain specific choices.
No,
that's
not.
What
that's
reason?
Not rational. No. It has to be like
something that's irrational. What would you say?
Kids starving to death, genocide, pollution.
Children have been unalived all of society.
No, that doesn't
We
make.
literally used to unalive girl children in China.
But are you proving my point?
What I'm saying is like what I'm saying is vulnerable people since the beginning of human civilization have always been harmed.
That's not true.
What in what society has it not happened?
But my question to you is how do you know that was true? You see what I'm saying? Like you're just assuming that. How do you know that since humanity has existed, that the most vulnerable people have been preyed upon by the other people in the community, in the society?
War. We talk about war. There's cultural practices where they would intend, like you can look at societies in Greece, Rome, they absolutely normalized taking young children. They would go through some form of physical exercise. If they weren't able to succeed, they would literally unalive those children.
I'm not arguing.
Common tribal practice.
Yes, I'm not arguing that. I know that happened in Rome, and Rome wasn't around that long ago, right? But you are saying it as no, that doesn't, ma'am. I'm just letting you know. Have you ever heard the phrase since recorded history? Like you don't know what happened pre-recorded history, and we barely know what happened even in recorded history, because a lot of it, the history was written by the victors, right? So I just disagree with that. I don't think that that's true. But what I'm saying is ultimately, to get back to the point, men and women actually do exist on a hierarchy, right? In our society. I mean, we have classism, we have racism, we have smexism. It exists. Like whether we want it to or not is irrelevant. But furthermore, what I'm saying is that even if you look at it from a rational standpoint, I don't believe that everybody is equal. I don't know where we got that from. But I do believe that if you as an individual, right, if you go out and you commit harmful acts against society, against the community, then you devalue yourself. You're not as valuable as somebody that doesn't commit those acts. I don't care what you do. I don't care what you do to offset that. It doesn't matter. If you commit harmful acts that disrupt, destroy the community, you cannot overcome. There's not, but then I donated $1 million. Like there's nothing to offset that. And men as a group are committing all of the most destructive actions in our communities and within our society. So therefore, they are not equal to women. Just on that alone, forget what they do, forget their output. Let's talk about their negative contributions. Do you understand better?
Okay,
hold on, wait. I want to let Kay go because I told him I was going to get him back in. Go ahead, brother.
I think you're misconstruing a lot of things. I don't think that's how value works. And just like
Based on what?
Value is not measured based on
the lack of harm you do to others.
Right. If that's not how you measure
value. Wait. Based again, I could do.
Not based on your net computation.
Hold on. Let's do a logical exercise again. I love to do these. So if you are going to hire, you have two people. You have two people that you can hire, right? You have one person that does the job slowly, methodically. They get the job done right every single time, right? It just takes some, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna have to maybe spend a little bit more money in hours, but you don't have to worry about paying for their mistakes, right? So you already know, hey, I know it's pretty much worked in. For them to do this job, it normally takes, not normally, but it takes this other person 5 hours to do the job, but it takes this person 7 hours to do the job, and I know I just got to pay him for 7 hours. But the person that does the job faster, right, does the job, oftentimes they mess up. Let's say they mess up half the time.
No, make it realistic.
That is realistic.
Right, you're creating such an extreme hypothetical.
Wait. I can't hear both of y'all. What
Anybody who messes up at work half the time will not have a job.
That's not true. Realistic? Tell that to President Trump. What are you talking about? People mess up all the time. Like, I don't know what y'all talking about.
He was elected into his job, and that's why there's but that is why there's such but I assume when you made that first example, you were talking about me as a business owner. I don't think you were talking about the executive office.
I'm not talking about I'm just talking about the fact that if you value people, if you're hiring somebody and there is somebody that maybe works slower, but they're more measured, right? They measure 10 times, cut once, versus somebody that cuts 10 times and measures once. And the person that cuts 10 times and measures once costs you more money, and they're a higher liability and a higher risk. You're going to value the other person more than this person.
That sounds reasonable.
Because this person harms you more. They harm your business more. That's reasonable. That's what I'm saying. So what are you talking about? That's not how we view value. That is literally how we view value.
No.
Because in certain industries,
hold on, I can't do both. Let Kay go, because he was talking before. That you.
I mean, when you put those boundaries around it in the context of like a workplace, and those type, if you create those boundaries around, the question, then yeah. But the way the topic is lined up, if you put it generally like that, that's not how you can't do this net balance thing to measure the value of a human being and say, well,
why not?
Because the hypothetical would not apply to a majority of the people.
It would. It would not. It does. Hold on, I'll keep going. So, who is most likely, if we're talking, you want to talk interpersonally, right? Who is most likely to harm in a heteronormative heterosexual relationship? Mm-hmm. Who is most likely to cause the most harm in that relationship?
The statistics show the man.
It's the man. Okay, cool.
Okay, well, hold on. Okay, so in a same-sex relationship, woman-to-woman relationship, the statistics show
you're gonna misquote it. You never read it.
No, I'm not misquoting it. I'm giving you the.
I promise you are.
It's 44%. They report
44%. What? Yes, you don't know what
IPV.
It is, brother. Okay.
IPV.
So okay. This is what we got to do this. So in that study, how did they determine the IPV? Do you know how they got to that number?
I'm just talking about what is reported.
I know. Hold on. Listen to what I asked you. Do you know how they arrived at that number?
No, I don't. Tell me.
Okay. So that overall number, they basically asked women, queer women and whoever women, heterosexual women, they asked them, hey, have you ever been a victim of IPV? Mm-hmm. Right? And the queer women reported higher incidence of IPV. Mm-hmm. But they didn't the number you're talking about, it doesn't differentiate between men and women. So those women were actually, the majority of the IPV they experienced were at the hands of men. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Don't misquote that.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes. How much do you want to bet?
No, you're misquoting.
How much do you want to bet?
Give me the study.
How much? No. Hold on. Wait. You brought it up.
Okay.
So you go find the study and go read it right now, and you do the labor, and I'll put money on it.
Are you saying that they use a different metric from heterosexual?
No. What they asked them, you missed what I said. What they asked everybody, have you ever been a victim of IPV? Mm-hmm. Right? And then they go, and then the people said yes, and they said, and basically what happened was they just said, okay, so it's a higher rate of IPV in this group of people. Then from there they asked them, okay, who did it to you? And the queer women, it was found out that the majority of the IPV they experienced were at the hands of men. They did experience IPV at the hands of women as well, but the majority of the IPV they experienced were at the hands of men. So when you add them together, they have a higher rate of IPV than heterosexual women. That's all that study was saying. But that's what I was saying. You didn't read it.
No,
to understand.
If men are the consistent arbitrators of violence in intimate relationships, could we then say we would find a similar correlation in homosexual relationships, like man on man?
No, because men, because the socialization of men is different. So men prey on women because why?
Hold on. I know that men. I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just if we're talking about homosexual men, right? Like they
and listen to what I'm saying. Men prey on women because women are weaker, because men fear other men, right? If I'm in a relationship with another man, and we both, I'm 6 foot, 185 pounds. I'm in a relationship with a man. He's 5'10", 190 pounds. We're not
still see those dynamics.
Yeah, but that's not going to stop the violence, though.
Hold on, it literally does, because men fear it. Okay, stop lying. Men fear men.
You're misconstruing the facts.
I'm not misconstruing shit. Men fear men. No, I'm not.
Even the IPV thing, you misstated it. They
Go look it up. Go look it up.
I just looked it up. They
no, you didn't. Put it on the screen.
Yes, I just did.
Put it on the screen right now.
I didn't look it up on the
Screenshot it. Put it on the screen right now.
Okay.
Yes. Screenshot it and put it on the screen right now. Because I'm tired of y'all just saying stupid shit. And like I done been around this rodeo 1,000 times. Y'all use the same dumbass talking points. Now you typing it in?
You said screenshot it, right?
Oh, I thought you already had it.
I have it on a different phone. I'm trying to type it here.
Oh, okay.
You misstated it. And for obvious reasons. You did this all the time.
Okay. Just bring it up. I'm going to put it on the screen. We're going to look at it right now.
Hold on.
Oh, shit. Okay, go ahead, Shane.
Where friend go? I'm sitting in the car, too. I wanted to talk.
I don't know, man. She dipped when the woman came up here. I don't know what that was about.
I thought we was sitting in the car with our cameras on, and we wanted to talk.
I don't know what
that
happened.
was just for the men? Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm. I think.
That was just for the boys. Anyway, like you were saying, girl, get the fuck. Sorry, let me behave. I just got here. Like you were saying, it's obviously going to be different in male on male relationships because that is a more worthy opponent for them. A man on man relationship, that's just going to be a fight at that point. Like,
that's a fight.
Not saying that it's not still DV because it's a DV when you fight in a relationship regardless.
Mm-hmm.
But it's more of a fair fight at the end of the day. So trying to use that to debunk it and say, well, if men are causing the violence, then why aren't they doing that in relationships with each other?
Because they scared.
That doesn't make sense for two reasons. Yeah, one, because they know that it's going to be an equal fight. You can't easily overpower another man like you could easily overpower another woman. And also, you're not accounting for the different, not the different socialization, because obviously gay men are still men and they are socialized in similar ways, but because those dynamics look a little bit different when men are sometimes more feminine presenting when they're gay. And you know what I mean? Like, that's just a whole different dynamic. It's a lot of nuance to it. So you can't compare that apples to apples because it's not an apples to apples situation. But when they look at the stats between women who are involved in intimate partner violence, even when they are in female-female relationships, most of that violence they are reporting still came from a man. Y'all didn't finish reading it, and you just looked at and decided, oh, okay, well, women are the problem. And again, I will continue to say, why do y'all wait until we start talking about DV to all of a sudden pretend that women are stronger than y'all? All of a sudden pretend that women are walking around like these She-Hulks beating y'all's asses. I wish they were, but they're not. Stop lying.
Yeah, and Rita said it right there. Bi women get it the worst. I wonder why. I wonder what do bisexual women, why do bisexual? Oh, because they be dealing with men? Because they be dealing with men. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all. It ain't rocket science, fam. Hey, and K, I gotta call something out, bro. You've been on Teacup a long time. If you was already looking at it on another device, you could have just took a picture of the other device for all I care. You could have looked up the exact, you already was in it. Like, I know you wasn't. This is what I be saying. All I be saying is, why do y'all come up here and lie?
What do you mean Teacup?
You Teacup. You got the screenshot. You were out of the app. Put it up on the thing. Put it up on the thing. I want to see it now. You got it, right? You screenshot it. Let's read it.
Steady up. Let me see. So how do I share it?
You can screenshot the part that has the graph on it or the wording that you read, because it should be easy. You already have it on another.
Are you talking about the percentage? Or
sir, yes. You just said I'm reading it on my other device. Go to that same page, find the part that it is, screenshot it on your phone right now, and put it up here, and then we're gonna put it on the big screen and read it.
Okay.
Go ahead, B. Can we get Big Mac in here, BBG, real quick? Because we invited him up. Go ahead, Big Mac.
Oh, no, I was just trying to get context for the prompt. If women add more value to society, then doesn't that make them superior? I was trying to get more clarity. Are we saying that women do add more value than men to society?
I think it's unequivocally proven at this point that women add more value to society. And you can look at it from either end. I think women do more labor than men. You know, I don't even want to get into the biological, like them having babies and stuff like that. I would also say that nature thinks that women add more value to society as well. But I'll leave that alone. But I think that women do more labor than men in society. But then on the flip side, they actually cause far less harm to society than men do. So it's hard for men to be a net positive when they are constantly harming society. You know what I'm saying? Like how can you be the person to create the problem and then get props for fixing the problem? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make you a net positive as a group. If you can't be the cure and the cause, right? That doesn't make any sense. So women are not the cause. That's what I know for sure. Women aren't the cause of any of these issues in society. They suffer through them, and they also are the barrier in which they stop a lot of the damage that men would cause, and it would cause harm to everybody. Women are like the barrier that stops it. They stop the shit from sliding downhill. They break it up a little bit so that we can function in society. Because without them, if it was just, you know what I'm saying, like as it were, if women were just to get out the way, the avalanche would come down on all of us. So I respect them for doing that. So I'm trying to figure out if that is the case. Since that is the case, doesn't that make them superior?
I think it could be compartmentalized, and I think that the most virtuous women of the earth are Black women. So I wouldn't include like some of the other races of women in there with being these virtual figures, as virtuous as Black women have been. Because I think, especially in America, the history of those other women have been in a lot of parts similar to their men. I'm not saying that they've been just as evil, but I don't think that they are. I don't think that as a group that they're necessarily innocent. But yeah, I mean, I think that I wouldn't say superior, because I mean, like I said, it depends on like what exactly you're talking about. Because Boilermakers, if you look up Boilermakers, the slogan is, they'll say like Boilermakers built the world, and that's mostly men. Now I'm not here to like compete against women like that. Like I said, I do feel like
Sure.
I am.
I'm very curious. So you're talking about. I don't want to talk about what jobs are most important. Boilermakers didn't build the world. That's asinine. But I will say that I'm trying to get away from you thinking that, because how do you quantify which job is the most important? I would say the most important job is to be a mother. Like if we're going to play that game of what's the most, how do Boilermakers build the world? How the hell did they become a Boilermaker? See what I'm saying? Like, let's do that. Like, what came first, the chicken or the egg? That's why I don't want to play that game. I just want to I want to start with, again, can you argue with the fact that men cause the vast majority of the harm, and therefore they cannot be a net positive if they are the ones causing the vast majority of the harm? Am I missing, like, are we on, can we?
No, because if you're talking about in terms of crime and stuff like that, yes, of course, men commit more crimes. And I would say that we are the least, I would say that in terms of that, we add the least to society in terms of being virtuous as compared to women. So I'm not trying, when you say like I'm not trying to play that game, I'm not trying to play that game either. Like I love women, I value women. It's not nothing like that. I'm just trying to like.
That didn't answer my question though. That didn't answer my question, Mac.
So when you talk about Boilermakers, the reason why I brought up Boilermakers, because I'm not bringing it up in terms of it being just a job. I brought it up in terms of being that there are certain skill sets that men have utilized to modernize society that help all humanity. And in terms of having babies, men and women.
Not true. Not true. Not the industrialization of the world. Are you telling me, and this is what I would love to know, is the industrialization of America good or bad for society?
Some of it is good and some of it is bad.
No. That's the thing. It can't be both. That's what I'm doing. That's the whole point of what I'm trying to tell y'all. It can't be both. Just because it's an
you can't have good and bad. All modern technology is not bad, bro.
You gotta listen to what I'm saying, brother. It's not, it is black and white in this regard. It's not about if there aren't good aspects of it, if some people have benefited from it. It is when you look at society holistically, for you to deem something to be good for society writ large, it has to be positive for society writ large. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So if there are kids dying,
running water is good for society. I would say that irrigation systems are good for society. I would say that elevators are good. There's a lot of things that are good.
Big Mac. Irrigation systems existed 1,000 years before the industrialization of America started, first and foremost. Elevators, same thing. Also, you don't need a skyscrapers. Skyscrapers aren't needed, right? That doesn't make our society, but how does a skyscraper add value to our society? It doesn't.
But they are inventions of men, and that's not no disrespect to women or even going against. Bro, you making it a competition, not me.
Sir,
what's wrong with highlighting
it is a
things that
competition
men have actually done in society?
Because it's a moot point.
It's not a competition for me, bro.
Okay, it is, because you're trying to play it like it's not, but it is. So I have a question for you.
You got it, bro. You got it. I'm gonna let you, man. Like I said, I wasn't trying to argue with you like that, but you got it.
All you trying to do is argue. That's all y'all do is argue and don't have no fucking point. Talking about
you were trying to argue. You weren't trying to be challenged. That's the difference.
Say that, because he wanted to argue. He just didn't want me to. This nigga talked about Boilermakers. Who the fuck, man? Get the fuck out of here. Secondly, I was gonna ask a simple question. Since we talking about who built what, who built the atomic bomb? Are you and are you guys telling me that nuclear weapons are good for humanity? Who dropped it? Fuck who built it. Who dropped the motherfucker? I'm sorry, multiple. So I'm trying to fix. So you telling me that there's something that offsets that in like, because men fucking created a system where you can have running water in your house, then that means that, oh, we can forget about the A-bomb. Like, nigga, is you fucking serious? Is you stupid? Is you dumb? Go ahead, Kay. We've been waiting a long time for these stats. I know you got it by now. Y'all, let's get up to 100.
I got a screenshot.
There you go. We got 360 people in here. All you got to do is hit your screen, let the camera pop up, cut your camera on, hit the green screen function, and it'll let it do the rest. Let it do the rest. In the meantime, go ahead, BBG, while you figure that out.
If I hit the screen.
The Foley clicking is crazy. Yeah, I think the most ironic part about men and the way that they credit themselves for innovation is the fact that even when they talk about all of these grand things that men have done, they immediately for this innovation, they have no idea if it was a man that did it. They never have a clue who the man was, what the man was. They just assume that it was a man. And it's a bias, it's an inherent bias that is deeply seated in most of us. It's very ironic to me that it's always a both sides thing when it comes to who's doing wrong, but it's never a both sides thing when it comes to you accepting that women have contributed.
You cutting out real bad, BPG.
Like real low.
You cutting out real bad. Your server's nervous as hell.
I was hearing you at first, but it drifted.
I've been waiting for these stats.
Kay still ain't pulled up the stats.
Them stats ain't getting, them niggas motherfuckers no call, no shows at this point.
I don't know if he could cam up though, because he only got 40 followers, so he might not be able to.
Okay, read them to us then. I'll accept that. Read them to us. Random spoons. Read them to us. I'm with it. Okay, read them
We
to me,
listening, okay?
Okay, so which one do you want first?
the ones that prove that IPV rates are higher in woman-on-woman relationships.
Okay, so this is coming from the CDC, right?
Mm-hmm.
So they report sexual violence, for example. Lesbian relationships reported contact sexual violence of 59.9%. Heterosexuals reported 53.3. Bisexual reported 79.3. Okay, rape, lesbian relationships reported 28.4. Bisexual 45.2. Heterosexual 26.1. Sexual coercion 22.2 for lesbian relationships, 47.2 for bisexual relationships, 22.7 for heterosexual relationships. Unwanted sexual contact 54.2 for lesbian relationships, 72% for bisexual, 46.6 for heterosexual relationships.
Are you noticing a trend in all of this?
Well,
remember you said that woman-on-woman relationships report the highest, but it sounds like it's not. It sounds like it's bisexual. Sounds like it's bisexual women.
Okay, but hold on. For the heterosexual relationship, if you see this is you're being disingenuous. That's what you do all the time.
How am I being disingenuous?
Because you wanted to create the impression that heterosexual relationships would produce in every category higher numbers, but that's not the case.
That's not. Look, what I said was, and you still haven't disproven what I said. What I said
I don't need
was,
to disprove anything. I'm just speaking.
You do need to disprove it. That's what this whole exercise is about.
Okay, so
literally,
why are you not speaking to the woman?
Because you're not doing. You're not. Hold on. Am I talking? Can you hear me?
Go ahead.
What I'm saying and what this whole conversation, how we got here, was you claim that IPV rates, right? So we're talking about interpersonal violence, were higher amongst queer women relationships, right? That's what you said. That's what you testified.
Yes.
You have yet to prove that.
I just gave you the numbers.
No, you didn't.
Okay. So which one do you want again? Which one do you want again?
What I'm trying to. None of those would prove it. And do you not understand what you're reading?
Hold on. So let me ask you this. So if woman-to-woman relationships are producing higher percentage compared to heterosexual relationships, what does that tell you?
Of what?
Of the categories that I gave you.
Hold on, wait. This is what I want you to understand. The number you gave me was 44%. Where did you get that number from?
Overall, but I've broken it down to overall.
No. Exactly.
Okay.
Let's talk about that number.
Why are you trying to run away? You said pull up the facts.
I'm not. That's not sir. That's not how we got here. You're literally the one running away. That's why you don't want to talk about that number.
That number.
I'm not stupid.
No. The number, the way you broke it down and how they collected the statistics wasn't even accurate to begin with. You made it look like the study was saying that heterosexual relationships had a significantly higher number compared to woman-to-woman relationship. That's how you made it look like.
Sir, what I was saying, and you're not making any sense. All I was saying was that you bringing up the fact that women are more violent in relationships with one another is not true.
No, that wasn't even my point. That wasn't my point.
Then why did you bring it up?
I was just trying to tell you because you always do the blanket thing where you're trying to
Sir, why did you bring it up if that's not what you were trying to say?
The point I was trying to make was crime is a thing of proximity. It's not there. We already know the factors that cause.
What do you mean crime is a thing of proximity?
The factors that contribute to crime, we already know them. If
women are next to men all the time, and they don't commit the same acts of crime. They don't commit crime at the same rate. It's not just proximity. When you're talking about race, yes. When you're talking about access to a certain group of people, yes, right. If you want to say that, I'm with that too. But if you're talking about the likelihood that one group is going to commit crime versus the likelihood that another person is going to commit crime, That's not proximity, brother.
Okay, so what do you think? What you think men are just inherently?
No, yes, inherently, yes. It's socialization, yes. Men are socialized to be criminalistic. We're socialized that way. We don't have to be like that. We're socialized to be
only
like that.
socialization?
Yes, it's only socialization.
It's not.
You didn't even know that 2 seconds ago, but
What do you mean? I didn't know that.
how it's not.
You're just sitting there and having conversations up.
You were
What do you
just
mean I
trying to
didn't know
say
that?
it wasn't a thing at all. Now you're saying it's not only socialization.
When did I say it
We're
wasn't?
just trying to prove that men weren't more violent in general. Now you're arguing about why
I'm
y'all
saying
more violent.
No, I'm saying that's not true.
Okay, but you were just about to explain why it is. So go ahead. Because you said it's not only socialization, which you would have to admit that it's true for you to say it's not only because of this one thing.
Partly, it's one of the factors. It's not the only factor.
What's the
If
other
it's
factor?
a factor, you have to
other
admit
factors.
that it's true. Before you start finding a reason for something, you have to admit the something.
Well, what is it that you want me to admit to?
Bro.
This shit is crazy, bro. This shit is crazy. This shit is out. I don't even understand it.
That never ends.
You
don't
guys are
understand
used to, sitting on here and talking to,
Nope,
different
now you're
people and
getting
making up your
okay.
minds
Now
about.
you're getting personal.
No,
when that's
you're
not
getting
what's
personal.
happening.
You're
No, we're
getting personal.
not. No, we're not. Shan asked you a direct question in regards to what a statement that you just made.
I just
you can't
told
fucking
you.
answer it.
No,
and now
no,
you're talking
I said-
about, oh, you guys are used to shut the fuck
No,
up. She
I
asked
said
you a direct question.
socialization is one of the factors. It's not the
Then what
only
are
One
factor.
of the factors to what? One of the factors to what?
It's one of the factors
Of what?
to why men commit more crimes. Socialization is one of the factors.
Okay.
That's one of the factors.
That's what we were just talking about.
One. It's just one of it.
Okay. Nobody cares how many. I said for you to start talking about factors, you have to admit the thing, which you just finally did, that men commit more crimes. That's
And
all I
it's-
was saying.
And a huge factor of it is socialization, which that's what I was saying.
Yeah, nobody was arguing about the factors. I was saying you were about to give the reasons behind it, but you hadn't done the first step of admitting that it was true yet.
Trying to argue. See? Because you were trying to say that it was proximity. And I was like, well, that's not true because okay.
The point that I was making was we do know the factors that contribute to people committing more crime. One of the things, proximity things, I didn't say proximity is the only reason, but I'm saying crimes are usually a matter of proximity to the target. So that was the point I was making. You didn't even let me make the point.
That I heard, sir, the way y'all be acting like y'all about to say something different than what I already said. That's what you said. I heard you. You didn't make that point is still moot.
Why is it
You just reiterated the same point. Do you think you just made a different point?
No, why?
Or you got to,
why?
We already said it because
Jesus
women
Christ.
are in proximity to men as well.
And women are
we
in
don't
proximity
commit
to
the
women.
same
And the
crimes that
show that
y'all
when they
do.
are the statistics don't go down.
You got to be quiet because you obviously already have a listening problem.
No, you guys
If
are
it's
talking over me
just
the whole
about
time.
proximity, women are just as much in proximity to y'all as y'all are to us, but we don't commit the same rates of crimes against you that you commit against us.
So why do you
that
commit?
can't be it.
Okay, so why do you commit almost the same rate of crime to other women?
We don't.
That's not true.
We don't.
Did you not hear the stats that I read?
Did you not read? BBG, please help us.
Let's hold
Say
on, wait.
it. All right, go ahead,
give
Sam.
you let's give you the stats that you read. Let's say fine, you got it. It still doesn't match up to the rate of crimes that men commit against women. Y'all are responsible for 92% of violent crimes. I didn't hear you say 91 times when you were talking about women.
I never said 91 times when I
Exactly, but when it comes to y'all are responsible for 92% of all violent crime. So it's not the same rate, and it never has been, and it never will be.
Look.
Also,
yes.
Also, if women are just as violent to other women as men are to women, then can you explain femicide?
There's a lot of reasons. Femicide, for example, femicide in Africa, for example, there's a lot of culture.
No. We ain't talking about Africa. We talking about
in America.
In America, this is what I want to know. If your claim, because I'm pretty sure unaliving a person is still considered violent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, who is more likely to unalive their partner? A man or a woman? A man with a woman or a woman with a woman?
The stats are clear. Men do it higher than women.
Okay, cool. So
Why are
is
we
it
even
safe to
arguing
say?
this point?
Because I mean, that's what I've been trying to figure out this whole time. But we almost there. So since that's the case, then isn't it safe to say that man on woman violence is higher than woman on woman violence?
No.
Helping Jesus.
God help us.
No.
You know what's ironic about this? It is the fact that 44%, you mentioned something about 44%. I can't remember if it was for bisexuals or for lesbian women. I can't.
It was lesbian on lesbian.
Okay.
Lesbian on lesbian, yeah.
Okay. So WLW relationship, that 44% feels very, very vast and very, very large. Let's play the game that men play. Because when we talk about the percentage of the population who classifies as women who love women, women who are lesbians, that is a percentage of a percentage of a percentage, which is still less than 1%. You are talking about less than 1% of the populace who identify as lesbian. If you feel like that 44% of less than 1% of the population is huge, surely you have to be able to understand that the percentage of women and girls who are harmed at the hands of men is astronomical.
What are the numbers in terms of the men that are committing the crime?
One in 4. If we talk about the amount of girls who will experience rape and assault in their lifetime, it's 1 in 4. Easily.
Okay.
50% before the age of 18.
So 25%.
One in 6. 1 in 6 for boys.
Excuse me?
Still at the
hands of men.
Still at the hands of men. It's 1 in 6 for boys and 1 in 4 for girls. It's men. At both ends, it's men. That's what I'm trying to tell you. Men are responsible in both occasions.
And that's
men are
who's reporting. That. Thank you. I think that was Siren that pointed that out. That's who's reporting.
Yeah, correct. Just who's reporting.
Well, yeah. I mean, that's for all the reportable statistics. It's based on who's reporting.
Right.
So
No, that's not how statistics work.
Yeah, that's exactly how.
That's not how statistics work.
Based on what is reported. How are you going to make anything about what's not reported?
Because
you thought that the data that you had about LGBTQ relationships where women were experiencing IPV was reflective of the entire population who are considered lesbian and bisexual?
No, that's
because that's not that. I promise you, that's not how that works. This is how I know that y'all Google.
You're misconstruing what I'm saying.
Google this data and you're not actually reading it. I don't think I've ever heard a man talk about the abstract, the little paragraph at the top of a document. I've never, y'all don't know what the purpose of the data is. You don't know where they are getting it from. You don't know who the sample size is. You don't know who they are collecting this data from, what city, state. You don't know any of that information.
Do you create all those barriers when you're talking about men?
I would venture to say that that's the most important part of the study for me.
That is, it's the purpose. It's literally the purpose for which you are conducting the study.
Yeah, but you don't.
That is the most important part.
I want to know how trustworthy is this study. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, so when you guys talk about men, you don't worry about all that.
You have to prove that first. When I was applying for my doctorate program, they wanted to know, okay, you're doing this research. This is your topic for your dissertation. What the heck? What is the purpose of this? You're doing this. It sounds good. What is the purpose for which you are conducting this research? You are writing about this information. You are writing this book. Who will you be studying? Where will they be from? What age will they be? What gender will they? Every single aspect of those details matter. But the most important part that matters is why. What are you collecting this for? And what is the purpose for which you will use this afterwards? Y'all can never answer that question.
Let me read some super chats real quick and then we're gonna get back to it. Shout out to Reese, appreciate you. Beast Nation said, "Hey Pub, what's in the solo cup?" Oh man, it wasn't nothing but some ice and some Spindrift, little sugar-free sodas. Beast Nation, appreciate you. He said, "I watch these lives in sync to see his reactions to these dudes in real time, getting annoyed. Like, come on, man, because they just be saying stuff, man, and that shit is tiresome. I ain't gonna even hold you. All right, go ahead. Okay, go ahead, brother.
I find it very interesting when you guys are talking about the stats for men. You don't put all these caveats around it, where it's being collected, the purpose. But when we start mentioning the statistics about women, oh, you have to understand why the studies. Why don't you guys make the same distinction?
What's that?
When you guys talk about these studies that show the men.
What's that?
I just told you. I just literally told you. You guys want to know why the study was done. The purpose.
Why are you
of the
assuming
study,
that? Why are you assuming that those same studies aren't read
you guys
and
are saying
dissected in the same
Hold
way?
on, brother. Let her finish. I'm trying to hear what you say.
Speak.
Yeah, I just wanted to know why you're assuming that the studies that we are reading about men aren't dissected in the same way.
No, but you don't mention it when you're mentioning the stats. You don't go into the purpose for the study. You don't go into why you're collecting the numbers in the first place. You don't do any of that. You just blurt it out.
Yeah, you completely missed what she was saying. I didn't
Sure.
And this how I know. This how I know y'all don't be researching, because y'all don't
Exactly.
even take the time
This
to
is the
research
same
the
talking
people
points
that y'all
y'all
be
use every
on
time.
live with. Y'all don't even research it. I have a whole list on my page of book recommendations based on patriarchy, misogyny, how we have seen these things happen through history. Pub just said literally about 10 minutes ago that we're not drawing the inference that men are inherently violent. It is social. Why is it social? That is the question. That's the why. The why is, why are men being socialized to be violent? We literally just said that.
And we only start talking about studies when y'all misquote them and bring them up out of context. We can have this conversation without mentioning a study or a stat at all.
I would love to. I would really love to do it in most cases, because I'm like, what is, like, the majority of the time, if we just, I be wanting y'all to use y'all mind and really exercise it. You know what I'm saying? So maybe you could work through the topic, right? So maybe we can come to a conclusion. If we just start citing studies and sort and y'all brains gonna go like, because you don't want to hear that shit. If you really, my point, and this is what I say all the time, there would be no debate if you actually cared about the numbers. We wouldn't be debating. There would be nothing to debate. You wouldn't be up here arguing with us right now. You are literally arguing from an emotional base. You are not debating rooted in reality. You're not debating rooted in statistics. You are literally debating and arguing from your emotions, how you feel, your anecdotal experiences. And I don't have a problem with that. I really don't. I just be asking you to be honest about it. That's it.
It don't even be their anecdotal experience. Because I was just about to say, we really don't have to talk about stats and studies if y'all would just stop lying. We have to bring it in a more macro conversation about what the stats and studies say this, because y'all will get up here and lie and start acting like all of a sudden the most violent, dangerous people that's beating people up is women and not men. When we know that to be untrue. We know that that's a lie. But y'all get up here and want to start talking about lesbian relationships when you barely know a lesbian. So now we got to start talking about it statistically, because y'all won't tell the truth about what you see every day with your own two eyes.
Also, the gays be fighting, but they be fighting the heterosexuals. The gays be I just want to be clear. The gay men, they be fighting heterosexual men all the time, because heterosexual men be attacking them and stuff like that. I've told this story many times. I knew when I was young, my neighborhood, we had gay men, whatever. I met one of the first times I ever met a trans woman was in my neighborhood. It was a man, he transitioned, named Chad. His mom, Chad was an interesting character. He wore purple all the time, every single day, because his mom passed, and he promised he would wear her favorite color for the rest of his life. And every time you saw Chad out in the world, he had on purple. But anyways, Chad transitioned to a woman. I literally watched it with my own eyes from the 90s to the early 2000s. Shit, in the 90s. He did it in the 90s. Because it was before I left the hood. I left the hood in the early 2000s. But I saw him transition. Chad had to fight many of heterosexual men because they did some stuff together, and he told somebody, and they would try to beat him up, and he had to beat him up or handle his own. I knew Tim and Dadisha, two gay men. They had to beat up dudes because they would get challenged all the time and get picked on. And Tim and Dadisha, I think Tim and Dadisha could beat up anybody. And they was like 6'2", 200 pounds. They was some big they was brothers. They was big, but they was gay. Tim and Dadisha, I seen them beat up many and plenty of heterosexual men for trying them, playing them dumbass games because they was attracted to them, and they was, whatever happened, and they ended up beating up I saw that shit all the time. So when we be talking about this violence that y'all be talking about, I be sitting there going, a lot of that violence that gay people experience be at the hands of heterosexual people, specifically heterosexual men. That's why I was asking you to clock that commonality as far as bisexual women. I'm like, why is it so high with bi women and not lesbian women? If it's woman on woman, you know what I'm saying? Why is it so high with bi women and not lesbian women? Why it should be relatively the same. I feel like if men are less violent, than gay women, right? Then why would the numbers be like 30% more, 27% more, 40% more? That didn't make sense. I'm like, obviously it's the men that's raising the number. That's all I've been trying. Go ahead.
You see the same with teenagers too. Like I've worked with LGBTQ teens and like teen boys that are gay or trans, and you see the same thing with them. It's not the girls that they got to fight. It's not the girls that got to protect and defend themselves from. It's the boys that are the teen boys that are being violent and trying to fight them. The girls are their friends. The girls are their homegirls. Like, let's be for real.
And if I'm clear too, that much is true. Of course, you know, I talk about my students a lot because that's the only people I be with for real. But even with my students, I had a boy actually last week, 2 days, I had to break up a potential fight. Literally just because he was sitting next to a boy who, you know, identified as gay. And he's saying funny stuff to me. What does that mean? He's saying he's saying that gay stuff to me. He's saying stuff to me. And I'm like, okay, I understand, you know, that you're frustrated, but what exactly is he saying to you? And he never actually got down to the bottom of what it was he was saying. And really, truthfully, I think it was that he was just talking to him in general.
He just was talking to him.
Literally. And there are so many boys who are just intimidated at the idea of someone who is, you know, a part of the LGBTQ community speaking to them and taking the time to, you know, to enact violence because of that, based on these, you know, hyper masculine roles that they daddies is teaching them.
Because they be scared they gonna like it. They be so afraid that they gonna like it, that they gonna feel something that they didn't. Because you don't. This is what y'all can see. Y'all can fucking whatever. You don't. This is why we be talking about it's not a choice and all that stuff, right? That's why little boys and men be so afraid to be hit on by gay men. That is a big reason. I'm not saying that's the only reason. It's also the threat of violence. But that is a huge reason why heterosexual men are so like adverse. Oh no, don't be talking that gay stuff to me. Oh, don't be, because they afraid that they might get a little rush. They might be a little flattered. They might be a little. You know what I'm saying? I've been flirted with by plenty of gay men. I just took it as a compliment and kept it pushing. It don't mean that, you know what I'm saying? Literally, a gay man compliment, a compliment from a woman, it's the same to me. I like them both. I take them both the same. I had a gay man one time. I was at a coffee shop. He was smooth with it. He got his cup of coffee. I was standing by the door. Right when he walked out, he said, "You look like a Macy's model." I swear to God, he leaned in to me. He grabbed like the inside of my jacket, pulled me. He said, "You look like a Macy's model." I said, "That's right on. Appreciate you, sir." Hell yeah. I don't know what y'all be talking about. Cause that shit I don't give a fuck. It's a compliment.
But the last thing that I wanted to say was that men are so easily intimidated by that, but also because the threats to their masculinity is so frail. The veil that can be torn from masculinity is very, very thin. It's a very thin layer, but also even when you talk about like who is reporting those incidents of like IPV and DV, I could imagine that for sure, especially when you're talking about men being violent towards the men they are in relationship with, they're not going to report. They are not going to report. I have been working with an organization that does. We do, and it's that time of year again. We do DV. We do DV luncheons every single year. Every year we put out the call for men who have been in DV relationships. None of them ever want to. None. We never have any.
I got a question for the men on the panel. I'm gonna start with OD real quick. OD, if you were in a relationship with a man and y'all had a problem, would you just get down with him? Is that a possibility?
relationship are you talking about? I don't.
If you was in a relationship with a man, right? You know, a partnership. You know what I'm saying? Domestic relationship with a man. And y'all had a falling out. Would you just get down with?
Hold on, brother. I can't be in a relationship with no man. Okay, that's
bro. It's okay. That don't do nothing to me, man. You ain't got it.
Relax. We know you're
God
gay,
damn.
but we're actually just being hypothetical.
We know you like men, but we know you got to act like you don't like men. Damn, I get it, brother. Okay, you don't like men. You don't like men, OD.
Shut up.
Hey, OD, we know you don't like men. I'm just asking you a question. If you was in a relationship with a man and it was an issue, would you get down with him?
I can't be in a relationship with a man. Okay,
Bro.
I got homies.
Okay, I'll answer. If I was in a
Oh.
relationship with a woman, I'd probably be quicker to slap her when she says something dumb, like I'd be wanting to slap these men. I probably wouldn't, but I'll be quicker to want. You know what I mean?
You would think about it.
It's like he could really beat me up, but with a woman, it's like you know.
Would think about it. Yes.
You might be able to just
if I'm in a relationship with a man, we gonna get down a couple times in that.
Like stop
like,
playing in my face.
I ain't even worried about it either. Like it ain't that to me. I'm telling you, as a man, I'm just to make BBG's point. That ain't even DV to me. That's a fade. That's just a fade. Like that's
if I was in a
fade.
relationship with a woman, she said the wrong thing to me at the right time, I would definitely put her in the hell. I'd give her a little noogie. You know what I mean? Like just put it back in her place.
You would be quicker to do it. With a man,
That's
you're gonna
a
think
fade.
like three, 4 times. Like, okay, maybe I should hit him.
None of this
You know what I'm saying? I get down with the homie if he talking crazy. So I get down with the boy. I get down with my boyfriend if he talking crazy. That's all I'm saying. If my boyfriend talking crazy, we might have to. That defame might have to get shot. That's all I'm saying. And I don't blame nobody for doing it. I think that's a friendly fade. We have gloves and everything. You know what I'm saying?
We do not endorse LGBTQ DV.
No, I don't endorse it. I'm just telling you what I would do. I'm just saying that I understand why it would be so underreported. That's all I'm saying. It makes sense to me. I wouldn't report that. That's a
they probably feel the same way. Like they not calling the police every time. You know what I mean? Like they get into it and it's like, we shouldn't be doing this. This is very toxic, but they don't see it as like, because the power dynamic isn't there. Like it's an even kind of situation.
It's different. I mean, we're gonna get down. It's gonna be over, and we gonna eat dinner and everything, just like you would like we. Nigga, we after nigga, we all right. You good? All right, nigga. Nigga, run the fade, bro. That shit crazy. I don't know what y'all talking about. Y'all acting like you're not gonna run the fade with your boyfriend. Like you serious? And you acting like if you get down with your boyfriend, you gonna report it? Never. 0% chance you reporting the fade with your boyfriend. Zero.
Why are you talking about this?
Because that's what we was talking about before you came in. You mad? It makes you
Why
uncomfortable.
make you so uncomfortable?
You uncomfortable?
Are you imagining him fighting with his boyfriend and is doing
that shit exciting? If it was my boyfriend, I'll wrestle.
A lot of these women on the panel love it. They love to be around these guys. Okay, they love to indulge these gay guys and these things with all these guys, and that is bullshit anyway. And they're encouraging.
Who gay up here? Are you gay?
I'm talking about the women. A lot of these women have too many LGBT friends. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's my
on the panel being a pick me. He's all like, "Why don't you pick me? Pick me, choose me, love me." What are we doing?
Well, I don't know.
That's what it's giving. It's giving. Why are you giving the GAY man attention and not me? Boo hoo. Who cares?
You black women endorse this bullshit.
Did you say black with a U in it? Did you say black with a U in there? Time you said black. Did you say black or did you say black?
Okay, women endorse this shit all the time.
Why you mad?
They hang out with the trans men and all this bullshit. You know, that's bullshit anyway.
What's wrong with that? What's wrong with that? You don't got no trans friends?
He ain't got no friends, and the women don't want to be around him because he be scaring the hoes. So
imagine being around this man as a friend, and you ask him a hypothetical.
I'll beat this nigga up
and he blow up.
We definitely got to get
shot. Trying to have a regular old conversation, and you ask him a hypothetical question, and now he's flipping over the table at the idea of him possibly being gay. Who will
I'm telling you right now, BBG. Me and this nigga kicking it, and he get to doing that. Like, I got friends, you know what I'm saying? I got queer folk, whatever. They come around, he get to acting weird, we jumping.
Immediately.
We jumping him. Everybody jumping on his back. Everything, nigga, tripping. Please, what the hell? Y'all tripping. You tripping. You crazy.
OD, if you want to get invited to brunch, just say that.
He wouldn't drink the mimosa. He
Get
knocked it
invited
off
to
the table.
Invited to what?
To brunch. You don't like going to brunch?
I want to talk about the public.
Okay,
Come on now.
I'm with the. Hey, you know what?
God damn.
Anytime somebody want to talk about the prompt, you got it. Go ahead, brother. We listen.
Okay, if women add more value to society, then that doesn't make them superior. How does it make them superior?
I mean, if they add more value to society, wouldn't that make them superior?
So what value do they have to society? Tell me.
All the value, the labor, the creativity, the work, the empathy, the lack of violence that they commit, the lack of harm that they commit. I mean, yeah, the beauty.
I think I'm about to make you another money tonight. Listen, the public, okay? These women didn't build shit. They didn't build society.
Your mama didn't do shit.
Hold on. Absolutely.
Don't talk about all women.
Absolutely, because my mama was on.
Start with your mama.
Hold on. Absolutely, okay. These women, men built a society. These women didn't build shit, okay? They didn't build the infrastructure, all right? Men build the infrastructure. Men do the hard, dangerous job in society. That is why we don't have how come we don't have about 90% of women in the military? We don't have 90% of women at construction.
Hold on. You're asking questions. Don't just ramble off a bunch of shit. The reason why there's not 90%, there's not 90% of women in the military. But anyway, the reason why the military has a lack of women in the military is, do you know when they started to allow women in the military to actually go fight in combat?
Because the women are slow.
No.
They're slow. They can't fight in the military. Okay, we gotta be straight and correct.
Hold on, brother. You cannot just move the goalposts. So you said, why is the military full of women? And I just asked you, when did they actually start allowing women to fight in the military? What decade? I didn't ask you why. I said when. When? Not why. When? When did it happen? No. Answer the fucking question. When did it happen? When?
How are you gonna I asked you a question? You're asking me back with another question.
I answered the question. I'm answering it right now. I'm answering it right now.
Why don't we have 90% of women in the military?
Because they didn't allow women to fight in the military until the fucking 90s.
Why didn't they allow?
Until the 90s.
Why didn't they allow them in the military in the 90s?
Because they're sexist. The fuck?
Okay. Because they are weak and they're slow.
No,
okay?
you just made that up.
I didn't make that up because
you just made it up right now.
Because they are weak, they're slow, they are not fast.
So why
so they can't be in the military.
Okay. What percentage of the Israeli military are comprised of women?
So a lot, absolutely. There's a lot of female military.
What percentage of the South Korean military is comprised of women?
South Korea. There's some women in the military in South Korea.
They all got to go to the military. They all got to serve 2 years in the military. Men and women.
Hold on. They can't fight in the battle. They will be decimated, okay? They can't put them in the war front to fight in the battle because...
Listen to what I'm saying.
You don't want me to talk.
Hold on, brother. I don't want you to ramble. I do want you to talk, but I don't want you to ramble. You just tried to make a point that the military, and you're talking about in America only, right? That's it. In America, we are extremely sexist. And in America, we have a shit ton of people, right? We have 360 million some odd people in America, right? Cool. So we can afford to have more men and whatever. South Korea can't afford to do that. Everybody, men and women, got to serve in the military. Same thing in Israel. Men and women both have to serve in the military. So why is it that, they get pew-pews and they get flak jack, they get all the same equipment that men do. So are you saying that the women in America are slow, but the women in Israel are fast? Is that why they're letting the women in Israel fight? Or
hold on. The women in Israel, the women in America, all the women are not highly formidable to be in the military. Okay?
You're not making no sense, bro. You're just making up stuff. You're just making up stuff. You're just making You're
I
just
was trying
making
to
stuff
ask you a
up. You're
question,
just
okay?
making
You
stuff
cut me
up.
off. Okay, this is another question that I have for you. Okay, I talk about the military. How come we don't have 90% of women as construction workers, engineers, plumbers? How come these women are not dominated in this field that builds
Why
society?
aren't you doing that
can't
right
blame it
now?
on sexism.
Why aren't you doing that right now? Why aren't you in the military right now? Why aren't you?
I wish you
contributing
was.
something right
Do you
now?
know
was
me?
on the front
Why
line.
aren't
I
you
wish you was on
building
the front
something
line.
right
I'm
now?
a man. Okay, listen. I'm a man.
Why aren't
with
you
anything.
building anything right now?
Hold
Because that
on.
doesn't say OD&K Construction Co. That doesn't say OD&K Military Arms. That says OD&K and AK Podcast.
Yeah.
Okay, but do you know what I do for a living? Do
You like
know
talking like
my job?
ladies. You like
don't know
having
what I do.
conversations like ladies.
You don't know
You
what
like
I
you
do.
like being able to sit home like a
Okay,
lady and
can
cross
you
your
talk so I
legs
can
and come
talk
on
one
here
at
and
a
have
time?
conversations with us like
Put your
a
feet up.
lady.
Public, how am I going to debate with this?
Let me turn my
brain?
camera on so I can talk to you in
So I
a,
can
so I can
turn my
use sign
camera on
language in a
too.
way that you will understand.
Okay, let me turn
You
mine
like
on,
being
okay?
able to have conversation with ladies. You like being able to talk like a lady. You like being able to prove your points like a lady. That's why you're not in the military right now. That's why you're
Okay.
not doing construction right now, because
All
this
right.
is more appealing than that, because this is safer than that. This is why you are here with us, a big, nice,
No, I
strong,
came to talk to
masculine,
public. Not talking to you
hegemonic
women,
man
okay? Give
would
me
be
that phone.
somewhere fighting crime and saving the day, protecting a woman.
Public.
Because you said
came
on
to
the
talk
last
to
slide
you.
that you
I
had
don't
a
want to
wife
talk to these
and a
women.
family.
Let her
Why
finish.
aren't you protecting them? Why
Okay,
haven't
let
you
me tell you.
balled
Let
up
me
your
tell you
fist
what.
and
Let me
pressed
tell
your
you
nails
something.
into your
Can I talk
wrist
now?
and figured out a
After
way
she's done.
how to
After
protect
she's
them
done.
women? Why? Because you want to be us. That's why.
Okay, Ken, let
You
me
picked
talk
up
now.
that
Okay, I
microphone to
need to
have that
respond to that right
conversation with
now.
us because
Can I
you want
respond
to
to
be
that?
us. Leave the talking to the
Man,
ladies and go fight
your hands are
crime.
so ugly. I don't want to see those hands anymore.
You right. Look at
Ugly
the
Fuck
other
this
one.
camera. Those are ugly ass motherfucking hands. Okay, let me respond to what she said right
That's
now.
the only
Okay?
thing that you
Hold
had
on,
because you
man,
can't
hold
have
on.
these hands on that podcast.
That hands
Because
are
I
ugly.
like
Ugly
masculinity.
nails, ugly
I
hands,
like
ugly
some
colors.
nice,
I don't want
good
to see that shit.
hegemonic masculinity that got
Can I
muscles to
respond?
go with it.
Public, I wanted to talk to you,
That's
not
the
this
vibe.
brain
Why
dead
you want
woman.
to? Why you want to talk to him? You don't want to talk to a lady. You want to talk to? You want to talk to a man? You want to talk to a guy? Because
No, because men
hypothetically,
are
a few
men are
minutes
more
ago, you was gonna
logical,
flip the table over at the
Public can have
idea
a
of having to talk
conversation.
to a guy. You want to tussle with a boy?
Public is a man who can
You
we
want to
have
tussle?
conversation,
You right?
okay?
You want to
It's more
tussle with a man?
logical.
You
get
want to
emotional
tussle with a
sometimes,
man?
okay?
Od,
Can I talk to public
I
now?
don't think I'm more logical to BBG. I ain't gonna
you
lie.
better
Let me
fight.
respond
Od,
to what you said right now. Can I
you
respond to what
better
you said right
fight.
now? I don't
Go
want to
ahead,
see
we
those dirty
listening.
nails. God, don't
Fight
let
with
me
that
see
man.
that. Let me respond to what you said right now. Listen,
Okay.
if there's a war today, right now in the United States or anywhere around the world, women and children will be taken care of first. Okay, men will be
They
drafted
get great.
for war.
They get great
Hold on.
first.
I don't.
They'll
Probably,
get great
come on now,
first.
don't interrupt me. When she's blabbing, you didn't interrupt her, right? You were laughing. But when I want to respond now, you
she was
interrupting
right.
me. Come on now. If there's
Go
a
ahead.
war today,
Mm-hmm.
women and children will be the first to be taken care of first to safety. All
Like
right,
in the Congo.
men will be drafted for what happened in Ukraine right here. All the women ran away, all the feminists ran away to America and they ran away to other countries. The men drafted to fight and protect the women and the children. So shut your mouth, lady. Because if anything happened right now, I will be drafted for war. I will be there to
You
protect
wouldn't
the
get drafted
crazy
for
ass
nothing.
black.
You came here
Hold on.
too.
How old are you, OD? How old are you?
How old are you, public? Why are you asking?
I'm 43. How old are you?
Okay, I'm 31.
You wouldn't be drafted.
What about you?
I wouldn't be drafted either. I'm 43. I'm
Who
too
told
old.
you that? If there's a war, everybody will be drafted.
That's
All
not how that
men
works.
will be
What?
drafted.
Where
No
are
matter
you
if
from,
you're 15 years old, you're 20
Where are
years
you
old,
from?
you're 25 years old.
Nigeria. This
Everybody
nigga
will
just
be
saying
drafted.
stuff,
I'm
bro.
Nigerian, okay?
Because I'm pretty
I don't
sure
want to
too
talk to
that you
you.
came
Stop
here for
talking to
safety.
me.
I'm pretty sure that you came here for safety. I'm pretty sure that when the bombs start flying, you got on that plane, packed up them sandals and them long jeans, them Levi's, and you came over here.
Hey, that nigga got on jeans and sandals.
So you're not beating them
Look at
lady
the problem with
allegations,
women,
big
okay?
fella.
Let me tell you the problem
Hey,
with
that's
these
you.
You're
women
not
right
beating
here.
them
Let me tell
lady
you.
allegations.
Hey, BBG said that
You
nigga
over here
got on
safe with
sandals.
us.
They said
Public,
that
hold
nigga
on.
got
Let
on
me tell
sandals
you.
and
Let me
jeans.
tell you the problem with this women right now. Public, you gotta stop laughing with
I ain't lying.
these women.
Hey, cuz, that shit funny, nigga.
Let me tell you the problem with this
Sandals
women
and
right now.
jeans is a funny combination.
Cam up so we
Probably
can see your open shirt, your taco meat, and your podcast mic. Because we already know what time it is. You on here talking to us because you safe. Because if you went home, you wouldn't be.
You're not my type of girl. You're
Toes look like this.
Let me talk to public, please.
I beg.
Toes in the shoe like this.
I beg you. What's up? Let me talk to public, please. Okay, I'm not here to play.
All right, we listening.
Tis.
Lay. Go ahead, man. We listening, man.
Probably, I can't believe you're doing this right now. You know,
That shit funny to me, man.
I'm already losing my train of thought. She's just interrupting me.
That's
She's
easy.
over talking me. She's
But wait,
disrespectful.
can we talk about?
I don't think she's married.
She is married. But can we talk
She
about
can't
something
find
outside
me,
of? Hey, hold on. Wait. I'm gonna tell you something right now. I know BBG's husband. Talked to him many a times. Seen him in the house together, everything. That woman married. As for you, Mr. Married to Two Women, I ain't seen shit. I ain't seen no goats. I ain't seen no pig. I ain't seen I don't know who you married. I don't know what they look like.
How
I
you
ain't never
gonna
seen
see
your
it, okay?
kids.
You
Nothing.
can't see it. Why would you want to see my kid? I haven't seen your kid, so why are you asking me for
My
mine?
kid be online with me all the time. You just don't be
No, I
online.
haven't seen it. I haven't
You don't
seen
be
it.
in here.
It's okay. It's all
I got
right.
a video. I'm talking to him last night. Matter of
I
fact.
think BBD is the head of a household. She controls her husband.
BPG.
I don't give a shit about her name. I don't
But I
care.
thought she did. But she got a husband though. You know.
No, she got a simp, a weak ass man in that house. So how you gonna sit right there? That nigga man. You're right there. Your wife is saying all this bullshit online, and you're right there. You know
That nigga mad, man. That's crazy.
Oh, brother, this guy.
What you say,
Look at him right there laughing. Look at him laughing right there.
Hey, I was over
that
here
nigga
too.
a hater, man. That's crazy.
Man, and how you dragged into this?
And got a legacy at that. And got a legacy at that.
How you gonna let your wife scream so hard on social media?
Crazy. We was laughing together.
Bro,
That's
I was
why.
laughing at you too. That's
Why
the
you
thing that
laughing
at us?
Couple.
We laugh as a unit, my nigga.
Everybody laughing at this
You're
nigga.
funny.
He acting
You're
like
funny and you dumb as fuck.
That's why we laughing. That's why we laughing.
Easy.
Okay, let me ask you a question, PD.
Go ahead.
The
I want to
husband.
hear it.
Okay, PD, what kind of name is that? Goddamn it!
It's a name that's hard to spell when the language.
Nobody give a shit about the name.
It's 3 letters, my nigga.
It's
I don't
3
care.
letters.
It's 3 letters.
Use your nails. Use
Let-
your nails.
I don't want to see those nails.
P
Public, you need to stop.
J
There you go,
B
BPG.
P.
So, okay, let me ask him a question.
I got letters behind and in front of my name.
What you want to ask me, dog?
PGG, so who's the head of your household? Who runs that?
Oh shit, that's a great question. Everybody asks that question. BPG, that's for you.
Oh, he asking who run my house? We
Yeah,
run
I'm
our
not
house.
asking you. I'm
We
asking
run our
the
house.
man.
We run our house.
Terrell, he asking you. Terrell, he asking you. Who run your house, Terrell?
We run our house as a couple because we're both adults and we both contribute.
So that's a partnership, right?
What? Yeah, a partnership because that's what a marriage is.
Partnership.
Yeah.
Okay, so when a woman said it's a partnership, and when I asked a man and you said we both run a household, that means you're a piece of shit as a man.
I got it. Give me the phone.
Hold on, man.
Give me the phone.
Hold on, man. How we get here, man? That's crazy. That ain't right, brother. That ain't right.
Being real, try to have a conversation. You need to say, I run my household. You know, that's what you're supposed to tell me. I run my household. Okay, I'm the head of my household. I don't know about public. Okay, that doesn't mean
I'm not.
that.
I'm not. Oh, don't ask me. You gonna hate my answer. I'm not the head of my household. I'm not.
Oh, you're not there. You are not a piece of shit, public. Also, both of you guys.
I just make. Hey, I'm just the wallet. I'm just the wallet, baby. I'm just the wallet. I just make the money, and then you know what I'm saying. That's all I do. But I listen to what she tell me to do. She the coach. I'm LeBron, though, nigga. Hold on, wait. I'm LeBron, nigga. I'm LeBron. She, nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm Kobe. She Phil.
stop trolling, all right? Okay, if you're the head of your household, it is cool, all right. But the guy,
Brother, I'm literally. Hold on, wait.
You know what's
I'm
funny
saying.
about that though? Every single time y'all play this game, and I honestly love being me because every
not trying
single
to
time
play
y'all
a
play
game.
this game, the first thing that y'all do is talk about, well, she's like that because she didn't have a dad. My parents was married 30 years. Oh, she's
No, I'm
like
not
that
gonna
because she ain't
say
got no man. Me and my husband been together for 25 years. Oh, she's like that because because she's insecure because she got a son. Y'all always move the goalposts.
Every time.
Y'all move the goalposts every time.
Hey, I gotta read some things real quick, real quick. Please don't interrupt. Reese, I appreciate you. Biku said using Hedy Lamar's Wi-Fi again in 2 days. Day number 2, they still on it. Aquarius said, and women don't rage against random strangers. That's a fact. That's a fact. These Nations said, quote, because they're slow and weak, end quote. Okay, OD, you better be running 2 miles in less than 20 minutes, Jabron. You know he not. That motherfucker ain't ran. He only time he runs is when he see the ice cream truck. Reese said, we have a lot of Korean African women, U.S. military. Thank God. That's fact. Phoenix said, tell me you are sexist while denying sexism while we listen to you being sexist. It's an enigma. It's a conundrum wrapped in an enigma. This shit is crazy. Aquarius said, he's busy on the phone cutting people off in traffic in that Crown Vic. 5 to drop. Somebody put 5 on his head finally. Aquarius said, if a war starts tomorrow, hold on. Please don't interrupt me reading this. Aquarius said, if a war starts tomorrow, a man started it, facts. So men should fight in it. If a war starts tomorrow, a man started it, so men should fight in it. That's where they go. Reese said, Nigeria has compulsory military service for women. My sister-in-law proudly did it. Oh, wait a minute. So the women's is in Nigeria? Hold up. He's screaming at the top of his lungs. And come to find out the women's is in the military in Nigeria too.
Okay. I don't know women in the military in the United States, but I said 90%, okay? They don't dominate the military in Nigeria. And so the United States is still the same thing. What are you talking about?
I don't know what you're talking about, but Beast Nation said, you catch a nigga off guard with this shit.
There's a lot of snitch in the
It ain't my fault, man.
These guys in the comment are snitches, okay? So you can't read the comment and believe what they say.
I mean, I do be listening to some of the comments, though. They do be on point a lot.
So a lot of these men out there, they're not even the head of their household. They don't lead their household. And they want to come online and talk shit. Come on now.
A lot of us don't be lying. Go ahead, Terrell.
What you doing right now?
Hey, personally, bro, I ain't said nothing to you. I ain't did nothing to you, and you randomly called me a piece of shit, right? I want you to explain in detail. Matter of fact, I want you to do a 3-page report in APA format on why I'm a piece of shit and I do everything that I'm supposed to do in my household. And that's both financially and domestically. So I'm listening. Explain to me how I'm a piece of shit.
You're sitting right there, right in front of your wife, and I ask you, who's the head of your household? And you could even say, I'm the head of my household. I lead my household. And you're sitting right there in front of your wife, and are you scared to say you run your household in front of your wife? That's not a leadership.
I am.
And the thing is, you asked the question, and I gave the thing is not look, I ain't gonna hold you up. I'm not as sensible as my wife is, bro. I said what I said about my household. No, I don't rule over my household with an iron fist. I married a woman that's intelligent. So why wouldn't I run a household with her where some areas I lack, she's stronger in. Some areas that she lacks, I'm stronger in. The whole point is to make sure that our household is being ran in a way that the children that we have are being raised correctly, that the children that we have a better opportunity to be good global citizens. See, that's the problem with a lot of men these days.
Let that man, hold on, OD. Please let that man finish.
Thank you.
You done called that man a whole piece of shit. You ain't gonna let that man talk. That's crazy.
Man. And that's what I'm saying. And like the thing is, I can't really fathom you coming at attacking my character from when you don't know me at all, right? So you're attacking my character, calling me a piece of shit because I don't subscribe to ruling my house with the iron fist, everybody having to do what I say, right? So you're trying to say that a man, that's the only way that a man could be worth something, right?
Yeah.
Is that what you saying, OD?
It's not about iron. Don't get me wrong, okay? You're trying to twist my word, all right? You
Twist your words.
Twist what?
Ain't nobody twisting your words, dog. Hell no, ain't nobody twisting your words, dog. Don't do that.
Twist
That's
what he
crazy.
said. Can I respond?
Go ahead. Oh no, don't mute him. Don't mute him. Don't mute him. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go. Let him go.
If you need to talk while my husband talking, I will mute you. I will.
That's fair, but I thought he was done.
Okay,
I want to hear OD response. Go ahead. Go ahead. We
Listen,
listening.
you being the head of the household doesn't give you the right to trample on your woman or use an iron fist. That's not what I'm talking about. There has to be a leader in that household. That's why we have the president and we have the general. There has to be somebody lead. You can't have two pilots on a ship or the plane. Okay,
Yes, you do. You do.
Yes,
you have a fucking pilot in a Volkswagen.
Your wife. Hold on. Your wife. Your wife is your helper.
You literally have a pilot and a co-pilot. What the fuck are you talking about? In big ships, you have a co-pilot.
A co-pilot.
And they have to have the same credentials. And they have to have the same credentials.
That is so crazy.
Co-pilot, okay? That's what I'm talking about. A co-pilot, all right? She's your helpmate. She's supposed to be there to help you and support you. She doesn't lead over you. She's not the head of that household, okay?
She did, and I'm not supposed to lead over her.
It is. Listen, are you Christian?
Yes, I am, and I'm a minister.
Okay, so what does the Bible?
And I already know what scripture that you about.
What does the Bible say about that?
No.
Okay.
Right, I know exactly what scripture you about to quote. And the thing is, when y'all talk about submission that's in the Bible, y'all never actually read the verse that's before about the husband also submitting himself to the wife. So if you're gonna talk that Christian talk, eat the whole roll, my guy, because y'all don't be doing that. See, what y'all be doing, y'all be trying to use the scripture and try to use the word and mix that in with the whole little patriarchal society that we live in. And now you're trying to make it so that a man is supposed to do all this stuff according to the scripture. But really, if you really think about it, you could take the scripture, and if it's taken out of context, you can make the Bible say anything that you wanted to say. So you got to come a little bit better than that, my guy. You got to, because it ain't right.
I will say, I think the other thing is that when men consistently have to submit to other men, and so they can't fathom a society where women are able to not only lead themselves, but to be in egalitarian relationships where both people are making the house function together. It's very hard to process because, just like you said, you have a leader in the military, you have a president and a vice president. These are all men that y'all are consistently submitting to. At every point in your life, you are submitting to some man somewhere who is telling you when, where, what to do, how to be. And the reason why you don't want to deviate from those standards is because you are terrified of what other men will feel about you. You are terrified of what the circumstances for your life would be should you so happen to not behave in the way that other men desire you to be, which that's a personal issue. You got to deal with that, just like you specifically wanted to tussle with Pub. Specifically, y'all love the idea. Specifically wanted to tussle with Pub for a reason. Y'all love wrestling with each other. You love playing football where some man is submitting to another man. He's bent over in front of him. You love those games. You love those games. Don't look like that. You love those games. But when it comes to being able to understand the humanity of women, being able to understand the leadership of women, being able to understand women's innovations, their contributions to society, you don't want to consider those things because you know that the spot that you never really had in the first place, because I'm pretty sure I'm better than you, you never had that space in the first place. So now you're fighting and grasping at straws trying to figure out why it is you couldn't get your life together and why you couldn't do the thing when really it never had anything to do with a woman stopping you from doing the thing. You just never was equipped, Mr. Nigga.
Hold on, wait, before you respond, let me say something. Ali said OD sound like he don't floss. Nia, I missed it earlier, Auntie. Auntie said she put 5 on Ann and I missed it, damn it. I missed the Cash App. It didn't come up on my thing. Shawnee, did you want to say something, ma'am?
As far as the prompt about if women add more value to society, then doesn't that make them superior? Yes, the day that men's labor in society equals to $11.7 trillion, then we can match pocketbooks.
That's unpaid.
Yeah, unpaid labor. So until y'all's numbers looking like that, y'all not running shit.
Men cost money, society.
Exactly.
Men got society in the fucking red. Damn. We literally, the society always, I mean, it was built on the backs of slaves, aka unpaid labor, and unpaid labor still pretty much is the backbone of our society. Just like in California, underpaid labor is the backbone of our state, right?
And
if all the immigrants stop working, Texas too, shit.
Yeah, and because of how society is built, because let's be honest, society is the way it is because we've been exploiting people. That's what this country was founded on. That's y'all's way. Y'all been exploiting women since like forever. Y'all been doing it through having us do this unpaid labor. Women, and I have this conversation even on my live. Like we talk about like women being the social safety net. I remember BPG did a video about women being the welfare in society. That's what we mean. Because we do not have social safety nets, the government hasn't set any of that up. Guess who we put in place to be the social safety net? Women. So we're actively, right now to this day, still exploiting women through all the unpaid labor that we do.
That's why I said earlier, if women stopped doing that, the shit would just, you know what I'm saying? Like women literally stop the shit from sliding all the way downhill. Women are the barrier. So if women go Olay and get out the fucking way, we gonna be we gonna crumble underneath. Because we don't do it.
And there's this misconception that men's paid labor would crash the economy.
Yeah, right.
Y'all's workforce participation rates, they've been dropping since the late 60s. And they dropped even more during COVID to the point where men are becoming needs. So y'all are not working, y'all are not in school, you're not pursuing a trade, y'all are not.
And you ain't getting no coochie.
That part, heavy on that part. That's why y'all dropping out of the workforce because you don't have a woman because you work. Your motivation for working is to try to get a woman, a woman that y'all don't want, but we ain't finna have that conversation. So you doing all this labor in society to get women. Now getting a woman is not guaranteed because women are financially independent and they're increasingly becoming breadwinners in society. Y'all sitting here like, well, what's the point of me working if I can't get no woman? And now y'all are dropping out of the workforce. And there's a whole book written about it called Men Without Work. They got all the data and the graphs and the charts. Basically, like I said, y'all's workforce participation rates, they've been dropping since the late 60s. And they have not increased since then. But women's workforce participation rates have increased since, I would say, when no-fault divorce became a thing in 1969. So what are we talking about? Once again, let's go band for band. Like even men's paid labor is not touching that unpaid labor number that I just mentioned. Nowhere, I don't think it's nowhere close to it.
If you getting invited up right now and you in the comments and you think you talking slick, come on up. Don't be down there. Yeah, don't be down there saying weird stuff in the door. In the door, gonna get your ass muted. It's a mutiny. It's a mutiny, niggas. Y'all in the comments tapping. We not playing that. Y'all love it. Y'all look, in them other lives, y'all get to get away with that little slick shit. You gonna come up here and stand on business, or you gonna be out this motherfucker. And if I catch you in the next live tapping and you ain't coming up yapping, you banned. And y'all bans anyway. Y'all some bitch ass niggas anyway. So it don't matter either way. A ban for a ban, nigga. If you ain't coming up, use a ban. So next time you gonna get banned. How about them apples? I don't like that shit. I don't like how y'all be in there. Y'all be tap, 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 tap. Y'all like sweet. Tap, tap, tap in. Why you drop? In the north? What happened? You was in the queue. What happened, baby? Don't be scared. Y'all be having a lot of shit to type, but not that much to say. I wonder why. I wonder why. I wonder why y'all don't like to articulate the shit verbally. Why y'all like to just throw a rock and run away, throw a little rock, throw a pebble and run? Nah, nigga, you gonna come up here and you gonna stand on business. Y'all better, nigga, tap, tap, tap in. Y'all better tap the fuck in. B said OD ain't chilling in the house. He chilling in the in the motherfucking shanty, nigga. Beast Nation said you can't. Hold on, we already did. He said that nigga ain't chilling in the shack, chilling in the house. He chilling in the goddamn shack. Wicked work, man. Yeah, y'all always like to do that shit. Y'all like to say little shit. Bring up the stats. Y'all always talk about stats. Matter of fact, look, I name all the people that be running whole lives with all the stats, and I don't never see y'all in there. I don't see y'all in there when Rita be talking. I don't see y'all in there when Nurse Ash be talking, when Shani be talking that shit, when BBG be talking that shit. Y'all don't never be nowhere. Y'all never be nowhere. They be having up graphs and charts and whole shit. Dr. Jazzberry, all when they be having all the shit going, y'all don't never be in there. Y'all don't never be in there. And when we get to talking, now all of a sudden it's, well, actually, knowing your ass ain't never read a motherfucking study in your life. You don't even know how to read a study. You don't even know where to start. You don't know where to start. You don't know where to end. You come in a line talking about, show me the stats. Shut the fuck up.
And even about the unpaid labor, you know it's a big deal when Forbes has even written an article.
Everybody know the women be doing everything. Like, I don't be understanding why y'all be lying about the shit, though. Everybody knows it. Everybody knows it.
And then I've also had conversations when we talk about like Black women specifically, basically being the welfare. Now we're having conversations about the Black tax and the racial wealth gap. So the Black tax is basically women being the social safety net in the Black community. So that's them distributing money and resources, not only to other family members, but also people that they're not even related to.
Mm-hmm.
What be blowing my mind is Black men like to sit here and talk about, oh, they make more money than Black women. Why is it when I do research about the Black tax and learn more about it, why is it the women the ones giving out money and resources compared to the men?
Because the men is selfish. And that's why I don't be listening to the niggas that be like, all the Black women, all the single baby mothers is poor in the ghetto. Yeah, that's because they be giving away, they be the ones doing all the labor, my nigga.
These women be
that's why.
giving to their retirement funds to help out family members. But then y'all want to sit here talking about generational wealth. Y'all know y'all don't give a fuck about none of that shit.
Well, nigga, generational wealth is a farce in and of itself. That's why niggas just like to say it. It sounds good. It touches your soul. They be feeling like that's supposed to shut down the whole conversation. Generational wealth. You know what's crazy? I ain't never been around no white people and they be talking about generational wealth. I ain't gonna hold you. I don't like doing that. Like, I'm just being honest. I ain't never been around a group of white people and they be talking about, you know, we gotta really learn, like, build up ourselves so we can have some generational. Them niggas don't even talk like that. They don't even be talking like that. Y'all be talking about we need to have generational wealth like the white people. Nah, bro. Y'all don't know what the fuck.
And I'm trying to figure out how y'all gonna build generational wealth while spewing anti-intellectualism talking points. Y'all talking about college is a scam, education is a scam, when we know in the education.
Every time they hear a black man say education is a scam, white men start rubbing their hands together like Birdman.
Period.
Them niggas start doing like this.
Yeah, you right. Get in that trade school. Generational wealth is through HVAC services.
Yeah, go on and get your certifications up. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You finna be a
love that
billionaire
shit.
plumber.
Love that shit.
But the crazy part is, I've very rarely seen men who even attain generational, quote unquote, generational wealth have a earnest to distribute that to their children. Nothing was more interesting to me than listening to Bill Gates talk about how most of his money, when he, unalives or whatever, he's spreading out. Like he's, and I don't think it was bad, the concept that he had, because he's giving it to like different charities and organizations and whatever, which I suppose is good. That's always weird to me anyway. But that's a whole other conversation. But he's not just giving that money to his kids. When people have generational wealth, the first thing that they talk about is how their kids gotta earn it. They gotta, do this.
Oh, they be the stingiest. It's always
Shaq said that. Who else? Russell Simmons said that. Dang, I'm trying to think of the other one who said that they wasn't giving their kids no money. But Master P is like that. It's a whole lot of them that's like that don't have no intentions. And my thing is like, you made all this money and you gave your kids, this life. And truthfully, you don't have no issue with flashing it. You talking about men who would invest in chains and and invest in cars and
women,
houses and they'll pay for them boobs.
Women.
Shannon Sharp, thank you. That's who it was.
50,000. Oh, Shannon Sharp, the worst with that. He made me sick with them statements.
Didn't want to give his daughter money for a wedding, and then ended up having to pay that lady that settlement. Like it's very poetic. But the thing is like you're collecting this money because you know that you want the power that the money gives you. You don't want the wealth. You don't want to better the community. You want to collect the money because you want to pull a Diddy. You want to be able to do egregious things and get maybe a few months in prison, and you want to be able to get away with those things quickly. That's what you want the money. That's what you want the money for.
Hey, Beast Nation said, what Pac say? Rat-a-tat, tat, tat, tat. That's the way it is. Cause it is, man. It's a sick game.
Poor OD. I'm sad that he, I be telling people all the time, there are very, very, very few things that make my husband crash out, and I promise you, I'm one of them. Actually, I'm 3 of them. So, poor baby. I hope he all right. I hope him and his sandals is okay.
He ain't here. He was in it. I saw him in the thing. But hey, y'all, I'm about to dip. It's movie night. Me and my baby, we about to watch movies, man. I love y'all. One love, one thug. Shout out to the best minds in the business, man. Shout out to the tappers, yappers, the super chatters, everybody that came up. Shout out to the gifters. You know what I'm saying? The tappers, all that stuff, man. We barely cracked 100,000, but we cracked it, okay? All right? We did it. I ain't gonna hold. At least we got to 100,000 likes. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. My baby wanted to watch Stranger Things, so we probably end up watching Stranger Things. We'll see how it goes. Appreciate y'all for real, for real. We be back on tomorrow. Yeah, man. It was Liddy 2 titties, man. One love, one thug. I'm hot as hell. I'm sweaty in this motherfucker. The lights be getting to me. All of the lights, all of the lights. Shit hot as hell. Made his sandals stretch. Yeah, definitely like the line.